You're right. All right.
We're seeing deer now.
Excellent. Well, hey, that's a quality report. That was something that we noticed, I think, Jimbo, over the last few days. There's a lot of reports of saw a few does, and it was not many people getting straight skunked. So I'm glad to hear you guys have at least a couple deer coming in. Hopefully you get a good peek at them in the sunlight tomorrow morning, eh?
It'd be nice. I know yesterday we did one drive by the shack, and we haven't drove in years, so we decided to try it, and we did not find a single track, so which was not good. So another hunter and I stayed back and thought, well, we're not going to see anything. So we decided to stay at the shack and have a couple beers. And once you know it, there was an 8-pointer in our stand at 4:30.
Oh, wow. So taunting you, just there early enough to mess with you a little bit.
Yeah. We're all sitting there saying, well, we got to wait for the deer to screw up. Well, I think it's the hunters that are screwing up.
Fair enough. Well, hey, I maybe we've been pointing the blame wrong. Well, hey, as long as the firearms are pointed the right direction, we'll get it figured out by the end of it, right, Jimbo?
Right. Yes, we will. We'll try tomorrow.
All right. Well,
Hey, Jimbo, Thanksgiving coming up here in a day or two. What is your favorite go-to food at the Thanksgiving table?
I would have to say the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. All right, good choice.
That's
good
a man
choice.
after my own heart. I don't think you're going to upset anybody with that choice, so I will say it's a bit safe, but I'm not going to judge you.
You would have said cranberries, we would have had a different story.
Right,
but-
exactly. The cranberries are the polarizing pick. Well, thank you so much, Jimbo. Why don't you give us another call later on?
Could I do a shout-out to the Flying Dutchman camp?
To the Flying Dutchman, yes, and I'm glad we got to hear their name. We almost missed it a couple days ago, so shout out from Jimbo to the Flying Dutchman camp. We will hear from you again, I hope, in a couple days. Let's see here if I can hop over to this other one. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Rob from the Nelson camp.
Rob from the Nelson camp.
Hey,
Rob,
Rob.
keeping us stocked with some quality photographs. How's it going today?
Wonderful. Yourselves?
Quite well, quite well. I'll admit, you can probably tell, Rob, I'm pretty nervous figuring it out. I'm only on call 2 in my substitution for Joel today with some major help from Big G and from Austin and from everybody else here at 98Q. But
yeah, don't let him fool you, Rob. He's just over-caffeinated, so don't let him fool you.
there is potentially black tea in this, and I maybe shouldn't have done that. But, Rob, tell me what happened out at the Nelson camp today.
We got a visit from some old friends of ours that used to camp up here, Terry and Jane Karcher. Shout out to them. They're on their way back to home base, and they came and sat with us. And my brother went out and sat, and we saw a little spiker this evening. So at least we saw something.
Sounds like we let it go, though.
Yep. He just let her go.
See, that's part, I think, Rob, of what becomes the most interesting for me is the varying philosophies. We heard from somebody yesterday who said never pass up on day one what you would shoot on the last day, which I totally get. But also, if you see that little buck and you let him go, boy, who knows what you might see next year, right?
Yeah, but the other thing is he's about 1.5 miles into the woods, so I don't think he wanted to drag it.
Yeah, so every morning you're going to have to ask yourself, all right, how do I feel about 1.5 miles this morning here in deer camp?
Exactly.
All right.
All right, Rob, you're at the Thanksgiving table, and you're having seconds. What's your go-to food for seconds at Thanksgiving?
Always got to have some turkey. Always got to have some turkey.
You like the dark meat or the white meat?
I like the white meat.
All right.
I'll admit, I'm a bit surprised. I thought, okay, he's going for the turkey. That's going to be a dark meat loving guy. But hey, a fellow white meat guy, a man after my own heart. Thanks for checking in with us tonight, Rob.
You bet. Take care.
We'll talk to you soon. And let's see. Eventually, I am going to hang up on somebody. I'm apologizing you to preemptively. Somehow I've managed not to. 715-744-1006. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Al from Camp Toothless Beaver.
Al from Camp Toothless Beaver. Thanks for calling us back again, Al. Good to hear from you today. How'd the woods treat you?
Well, this year's a little different than most.
I feel like that's probably fair to say. Was it the snow that's different? Was it the heat, or what makes it such a different year?
No, I haven't been able to get out and hunt this year.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's nothing too concerning keeping you back. Are you going to get to hit the woods before the season ends?
Probably not this year to actually hunt, but I'll be hunting with my camera.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, hey, if anything you shoot with your camera, you can send right to us, and you'll be able to keep it. So please do share if you find anything in that realm.
Oh yeah, I've got a knee injury that you can't really drag or walk through that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, as you could probably tell, I wasn't gonna pry too much, but I'm glad to hear that it's nothing that is nothing that's gonna keep you down probably next year by the sound of it, maybe with a little bit extra work. But I know, shoot, I've seen they bend a lot of rules for people who can't bend their knees. So you may still end up with some options and hopefully end up with a good hunt, if not this year, sometime soon.
Oh, I'm hoping next year I'm ready to go.
Fair enough.
All
Well, hey,
right, Al. What's your favorite? You're sitting at the Thanksgiving table. What's your favorite? What's your favorite go-to food there at Thanksgiving?
Favorite go-to food, that'd have to be dessert. Fried Cheerios.
Fried Cheerios. Okay, that's a
fried
new one.
Cheerios.
I've brought them into the station in the past. I just might have to before the season's over, so everybody in there can try some.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds good.
I'm afraid
Appreciate that.
there's been a couple new guys showed up since last time you might have done that. Not to ask. I don't want to twist your arm, but if you brought fried Cheerios, I would try fried Cheerios.
Way better than popcorn.
Okay, hey, that's actually all I need to hear because I consider popcorn to be one of the more overrated snacks. So until I have those fried Cheerios, I'm gonna kind of go on hiatus with snack ranking. I will pause just for you. Thank you for checking in, Al. I appreciate you.
One good thing about those fried Cheerios before I go,
No, please tell me.
they're heart healthy.
All right, there you go.
As long as you don't get the honey nut ones. Thank you so much, Al from Camp
What's
Toothless
wrong with the honey
Beaver.
nut ones?
Well, they're less heart healthy. I think
Well,
they
yeah.
have 10 more calories per Cheerio or something like that.
Yeah,
We're gonna take
and your point is?
we're gonna take a couple more calls. Gray and Big G in the studio covering for Joel this evening. I wanted to say I see a couple shout outs coming in the comments on YouTube. Sandman gave us one earlier, and I accidentally answered from the wrong YouTube account. So we've got some things to get sorted here. Joel does a lot more than just sit here and conversate with you guys, which he does incredibly well, but he's also running a lot of things that you guys can't quite see. So if you see me like really panicky looking left and right, that's because too many of you guys are commanding my attention with emails and text messages. I do want to shout out Neil Olson in the YouTube comments, Overtime Camp, checking in. I've got a couple emails. We're going to have to wait a little bit until I can free up some time from Austin, or maybe during a commercial break, I'll be able to get some of those emails printed out. Please do keep emailing us, wcqm@civicmedia.us. I will miss a fair few of them, and if you send us pictures, for example, it's pretty hard for us to read a picture on the radio, so don't get discouraged. And please try to hold off of using the text line for those, because if you text us camp updates, it's going to get buried underneath the keyword of the day, which, by the way, we've got a text to win keyword contest going on. We've had it since Saturday in the first edition of this year's Deer Hunters Roundup. All you've got to do is open the Civic Media app to the 98Q Country page, hit the text button, and send us the word of the day by midnight. And today, the word of the day is Cala, C-A-L-A, Cala. That's Cala, like Cala New, part of Northwoods Realty, one of our other fantastic sponsors on the Roundup. Speaking of sponsors, we've got Craig here. He's kind of buried in the corner behind a whole bunch of microphone equipment. He's right there. There's Craig's face. There he is. Yeah. All right. Craig is from Bader Sports Center next to Pick and Save in Phillips. They have everything you need if you need to confront the outdoors. I don't care what it is. And honestly, if you want to make the indoors a little more pleasant, Bader Sports Center is a great place to do it. I've picked up more home decor, Craig, than I ever expected to from Bader Sports Center. Metal leaves in my house. I blame you.
I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
They're actually really pretty, and of course, 'tis the season, but I actually, they say dress in your Sunday vest, right? And that's what I did today. I brought my, or is it Sunday best? I'm not quite sure. But this is a Stormy Cromer vest that I got on a discount from Bader Sports Center because of, it was a pattern that was discontinued, right?
Right.
It was a unique circumstance. You guys aren't just, hey, $20 off Stormy Cromer left and right. But if a pattern discontinues, or if there's like fixed sizing and you can't get more, you're not going to charge full price for that all the time.
Nope, they're closing them out. So are we.
That's just it, though. I'll tell you what. I found your discounted styles. I looked at them at other stores, and they weren't discounted. So I'll tell you what. If you need Stormy Cromer, you go to Bader Sports Center. On a personal note, I got this cheaper than I could have gotten it anywhere else, and it's still Stormy Cromer wool. I see a couple of calls have been coming in, 715-744-1006. Big G, if I keep it going at this pace, I'm probably going to pass out by 7 o'clock. I gotta admit, I think I overcaffeinated a little bit. We might have to work out a substitution or a tag-in system or something like that. I know half the hunters out there are thinking, man, I don't know who the new guy is, but he needs to slow down. So we're going to do that. Maybe I need to swap this out for my other mug. We'll see. That might have a pleasant effect. We're going to dive into another phone call, though. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Porcupine Ranch.
Porcupine
the
Ranch.
Porcupine Ranch. Yep.
A frequent caller, Big G. You got the write-ups
Yep.
going? Excellent. Thank you so
I'm
much.
not going to read my writing, but I'll write them up.
That's okay. That's okay. Who are we talking to from Porcupine Ranch today?
Cora.
Cora. Well, thank you for calling.
Yep.
What have you seen today at Porcupine Ranch aside from a bit of snow?
My brother saw a doe and a nub buck, and he passed them both up.
All right. Investing in the future of the deer season. Hopefully that nubbin buck becomes an 8-pointer by this Friday or Saturday. We don't mind if it's on the last day as long as it happens, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Nothing you saw yourself, though, by the sound of it. Just giving the report.
No, I already shot 2 deer, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're cashed in. Day one and done for you, Cora. So congratulations on that one. I'm sure people have kind of stopped patting you on the back now that the envy's kicked in.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, hey, we here at 98Q Country appreciate all the effort you went to in getting 2 deer in one day. Well done.
Okay, Cora, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Stuffing.
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 Good choice.
Stuffing, I consider to be unique because I think it's not used for its purpose. It's stuffing. It's not food, but I guess we can eat it too. That said, I'm not
I
judging
beg to
you.
differ.
We might have started the stuffing debate. Well, thank you, Cora, for checking in from your camp, and please do check in later in the week from the Porcupine Ranch. We appreciate you guys.
Yep, thank you.
Of course. All right. And you're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Merlin from the Nut Hut.
Merlin
Hey,
from the
Merlin.
Nut Hut. Hello again, Merlin. How's it
Hey,
going
Merlin,
today?
what's hanging out the Nut Hut? I couldn't resist.
Oh, my
Sorry.
gosh. You might say that was low-hanging fruit, Big
Yes,
G. Merlin, tell us what's going on out there today.
I seen the doe in the pond again today. That's a good thing. Waiting for that buck to come behind.
Well, you saw, was that the same two you saw? Was it late yesterday? I feel like you mentioned, Merlin?
Yeah, late yesterday and late today again.
About the same time, or are they changing early, changing
Yeah,
late? What do you see?
about the same time. Later in the afternoon.
I'm thinking they're playing lookout for the big buck just at the other end of the field from you. I know.
That's what I'm thinking. They send the doe in the pond through first.
Yep, send the ones that they know that it's like sending the medic out there. Just like send the medic, see if there's a sniper, and we'll figure it out from there. And they've got you patterned too. But I'll tell you what, you're seeing them though. You're seeing more than some people. I've got my fingers crossed for you. Hopefully that turns into a nice big buck again by the end of the week.
I'll keep up the updates.
All right, Merlin, one more day to hunt, and then Thanksgiving. And what is your favorite dish at the Thanksgiving table where you'd go back for seconds?
Cream corn.
Green corn.
Creamed corn.
Oh, cream.
Creamed corn. The only thing that might be
Cream.
as polarizing as the cranberry sauce, but I'm with you.
Cream corn. I like
I'm
cream
with you.
corn.
Creamed corn, absolutely. Craig
I
is
was gonna
shaking his
say-
head. We've got a 2-1 vote here in the 98Q studios, but we're on your side.
First, I just said green corn. Well, that's the stuff out in the field. And I said, well, boy, I don't know where you're coming from there, but cream corn, we'll go with that.
Leave the green
Good
corn to the
answer.
deer. Thank you, Merlin. I appreciate you checking in.
All right, thanks.
Checking
Bye.
in from the Nut Hut, and you're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Rocket from Cam shoots a lot.
Rocket from Camp Shoots a Lot. I appreciate all the regulars getting it in, help making sure I can get the nerves out with some. You guys are the great callers who will make up for my mistakes. Thank you for calling in.
You're very welcome.
How's it going out at the camp today?
We seen a few deer. Me and Cowboy went out today. I seen one doe, and he seen 7 does and fawns.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, we had a good day of seeing deer. So just to give out a shout out, me and Cowboy, this is our 40th year hunting together.
Wow, congratulations.
That's
you know where
really
you don't know
cool.
where the applause button is, do you, Gray? Or no?
I think I can find it. Hold on. That's worth finding the applause
Don't
for.
play the 98Q Country horse, though.
No, I'm not playing the horse. Just
All
the,
right.
just the applause. There, I think that one came over. No, that's absolutely incredible. Thank you for sharing that with us, Rocket. That's a really cool anniversary. 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
And then, Rocket, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
To go back for seconds, green bean casserole.
Oh,
There it
you
is.
go. Green bean casserole.
Craig's been
Excellent.
waiting. We finally got a fist pump out of Craig. Green bean casserole. That is
Yeah.
the word of the
And
day.
Good thing you put the casserole with it, because you said we would have said green beans.
Just
I
stop
would
the
have
green
had
And then I'd like to give a shout out to my good friends at Camp No Light.
At Camp No Lights,
No
well,
Light,
you
okay.
have done so. Thank you, Rocket, for calling in, for your updates, and for your shout out. We appreciate you. Hope to hear from you again in the Roundup.
And thank you. You're doing a very good job at it.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll calm down a little bit. You can see we've stepped off the gas. The cruise control is still on. I'll tap the brake here soon. And actually, matter of fact, just that. But thank you, Rocket. We'll check in with you again
All
later
right,
on
thanks,
this week.
Rocket.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, and that is exactly what we do here on the Deer Hunters Roundup. We'll put that call on hold. So if you're sitting there and you just heard a beep, that's because I've got you on hold because we've got a commercial break. This isn't possible without the help of a pile of incredible sponsors like Bader Sports Center. They've got Craig here this evening. We'll check in with him a couple times between now and 8 p.m. at the Deer Hunters Roundup live here on WCQM, on WIRI in Nakusa, and on WHSM in Hayward.
Deer Hunters, set your sights on Chequamegon Home Furnishings, proud to be a title sponsor of the Deer Hunters Roundup. Check out their showrooms filled with a variety of furniture ready to go today. Mattresses with two-sided options, futons, sectionals, sofas, love seats, and over 50 recliners in stock. Plus, up north furniture, bedroom and dining sets, everything available without delay. Visit ChequamegonHomeFurnishings.com or see them on Facebook. The hunt for furniture stops at Chequamegon Home Furnishings in downtown Park Falls and Main Street in Ashland.
On a great taste at Lena's Northern Pines Resort in Butternut Lake. Big G here, and this is the perfect spot after a day in the woods. Starting Tuesday, enjoy chicken and pork dumplings. Wednesday, pasta night. And Thursday brings German fare. Don't miss Friday's seafood buffet. Weekends feature all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at 7 a.m. Prime ribs Saturday and smoked ribs and pork bellies on Sunday. Book your winter cabin getaways at lenasnorthernpines.net and visit them in Butternut or at Lena's Bar and Grill in Glidden, Wisconsin.
Indulge in premium meats at Heritage Meats in Butternut, Wisconsin. We specialize in processing whole deer to your exact specifications, offering after-hours drop-off for your convenience. Travis will craft mouth-watering venison sausage and snack sticks. Savor the finest local beef, pork, chicken, and lamb alongside our delicious homemade brats. Visit us Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and elevate your culinary experience with our quality cuts. Trust Heritage Meats for exceptional service and top-tier meats tailored just for you. Heritage Meats in Butternut, Wisconsin. We're pleased to meet you with meat to please you.
Best wishes for a successful hunt. Check out the options at Up North Vacation Lodging. We offer homes, cabins, condos, and resorts. Whether you're here for the hunt or you visit year-round, we're glad you're here. Visit upnorthlodging.com.
Thanksgiving at Northwood Supper Club in Fifield. Join Terry 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a feast of ham, beef tips, pork roast, turkey, and sides. $24 per adult, $12 ages 6 to 12, $6 under 5. Celebrate with Northwood Supper Club and enjoy a warm, flavorful Thanksgiving. Kyle Repair is your trusted heavy equipment repair center, conveniently located on 4th Avenue North in Park Falls. They're also your headquarters for on-site welding and other repairs, whether at their well-equipped shop in town or right at your job site. The name Kyle Repair means prompt, reliable service. They also do aluminum and dock welding. Keep Kyle in mind for winter repairs before summer installations. Reach out to Kyle Repair today at 715-744-4381 or visit them on 4th Avenue North in Park Falls.
Hunters, pride starts here at Wildwoods Taxidermy Studio. Owner Travis's expert team craft lifelike mounts for your prized harvest. From fish to big game to even exotic species, they bring your dreams to life with unmatched skill. Located on Highway 13 in Fifield, Wisconsin. Chuck from Essential Shooting Supplies in Park Falls, Wisconsin, a veteran-owned business, invites you to explore a trusted source for all your firearm needs. With extensive knowledge and a friendly staff, they offer new and used guns, ammo, shooting supplies, and expert gunsmithing services. Conveniently located just half a mile east of Highway 13 and Highway 182, Essential Shooting Supplies is your go-to destination. Visit them in person or online at essentialshootingsupplies.com to experience their commitment to quality and service firsthand.
Tom Miller Electric is your fully licensed and insured master electrician in the Northwoods. With over 30 years experience, they're the folks to call for in-home and business wiring, switches, fixtures, and electric repair. They can take care of your hunting shack electrical too. Lights in the outhouse? Call Tom Miller Electric. Wishing everyone a safe and successful hunting season, Tom Miller Electric. Call 715-762-3250 or 715-661-2257.
You're up for the season with Ronner's Lumber in Fifield, Wisconsin. From blown insulation to cut heating bills to tools, windows, and paint, they've got everything you need. Family owned since 1971, they're here to make your building dreams a reality. Ron Ernst Lumber, your project starts here.
Fuel your savings with Bush Hog and Nemeth Implement. Check out these deals on their 100 series single spindles. The single spindle 200, 300, 400, and 500 series as well. See selected flex wings, hay tools, and tillers. See the whole line of Bush Hog where quality meets affordability. If it doesn't say Bush Hog, it just won't cut it. See them at nemethimp.com, Niemuth, nemethimp.com, or go to their showroom just south of Medford on Highway 13 in Stetsonville.
Hunters, your Northwoods adventure starts at Oxbow Resort in Oxbow, Wisconsin. Just off Highway 70 west on Oxbow Drive, it's the perfect stop after a day in the woods. Known for its legendary Oxbow burger and iconic wood tick races, this hidden gem welcomes hunters and outdoor enthusiasts every day except Tuesday and Wednesday. Located right on the Snowmobile Trail, they're open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday with extended hours until 10 p.m. during hunting week. Refuel, relax, and make Oxbow Resort your hunting headquarters for this season.
Gear up for ice fishing at Ross's Sport Shop on Lake Avenue in Phillips. From simple jig heads to top-of-the-line tip-ups and from licenses to professional guide services, Ross's has everything you need for the perfect fishing season, and they know how to use it. Ross's has been your family-owned hometown professional fishing headquarters for over 20 years. Don't forget Ross's for your wreaths and Christmas trees, too. Call them at 715-339-3625 and find Ross's Sport Shop on Lake Avenue in Phillips.
All right, we are here with the Deer Hunters Roundup Day 3. Before we dive back into some phone calls, we are just going to let bottom of the hour weather play. We bring you weather twice an hour, and even this won't interrupt that. So just quickly, here you go.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy and cold tonight, a low in the low teens. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high in the upper 20s. It looks mostly cloudy for Thanksgiving Day, high in the mid-20s with a gusty breeze, a few flurries for Thursday night and Friday. Currently, it's 19 degrees.
Hopefully that gusty breeze on Thursday doesn't blow you right out of the deer stand, and hopefully some of you have been able to pack it in a little earlier than that with some successes today and tomorrow. We're here on Day 3 of the Deer Hunters Roundup. Greg Gunderson subbing in for Joel Karnick on his day off. I've got Big G in the co-pilot seat here with me. He alternately has his face visible, and then every once in a while there's a picture that, right in front of him. I love that. That's really kind of, Big G's playing peekaboo here.
Yeah, you can see half me. I don't know if you can see my beard going on day number 4 here. So
see, the problem,
Big
G,
special for Deer Hunters Roundup. Otherwise, I'm usually pretty clean shaven.
I'm afraid people don't know that fact well enough. People I look at you, I'm like, man, look at this guy. But a lot of people is like, that guy's got some stubble, and then they keep on walking because they don't know that Big G with stubble is like hell freezing over. So we've got to celebrate a little bit because this is the most beard I've seen on Big G in like a year. It's not quite No Shave November, but he is solidarity with those of you in the cold deer stands. Not to say anything about buddy heaters and electric vests that you can get now at Bader's Sports Shop, right?
Yep.
Any electrical clothing you might want. Maybe that's what we should be asking about Big G. What electrical clothing do you wear in the stand?
Boy, I don't. I'm kind of old school. I don't even own a pair of long underwear, to tell you the truth.
You can tell I'm into the wool, but at the same time, I won't deny that it looks pretty good too. But it's comfortable, it's great in the woods, it's warm,
very fashionable on you,
and it's great with moisture. As everybody who's ever been in the woods since 1900 knows, wool does things that nothing else does. So that's why.
Yeah, we're happy to have Craig here from Bader Sports Center, and I know it's a busy week for you, Craig, down at the store with hunting season and everything. But tell us a little bit about what you carry there and what you got going on. I know you had some big sales down there and stuff. So what you got going on this week?
Well, right now we've got, our Stormy Cromer is all on sale. We got 15% off. We're calling it the Deer Hunters Widow Sale, but you don't have to be a widow to come in and get it. We do have orange clothing, obviously, hunting clothing for late season archers, which I know right now the big thing is the gun season, but archery season is still going on and will continue into January. So we've got camo clothes for the guys and girls that are going out try and get the deer that they missed with the gun.
All right, and of course you got muzzleloading season coming up the next week.
Muzzleloader season, yep, that's starting Monday, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a few muzzleloaders down there, so come on down, check that out. If you're new to it, we've got some package deals down there that have pretty much everything you need to take the gun out of the package and go shooting.
All right, and you guys are located right next to Pick and Save down there, right in Phillips, Bader Sports Center. Title sponsor this year of the Deer Hunters Roundup. So with that, I'm going to list some of our title sponsors here. Lena's Northern Pines Resort and Butternut. Wildwoods Taxidermy Studio, Travis down there in Fifield. Schwangman Home Furnishings, Marcus and Trent there at downtown Park Falls and Main Street in Ashland. Of course, the key word today for the text to win is Calanu, and she is Northwoods Realty. Tim and Calanu, owners of Northwoods Realty. Bader Sports Center, of course, right there in Phillips, next to Pick and Save. And Essential Shooting Supplies right here in Park Falls. All of our title sponsors this year for the Deer Hunters Roundup.
All right. And we'll dive in with some more sponsorships and check in with Craig a couple more times. I've just been trying to arrange several details behind the scenes, so thanks for bearing with me there. If you're looking in, you can actually see me scrambling in real time, figuring all this out with Austin and with help from others off screen. Find 98Q Country on YouTube. We're live right now.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm just a sales guy here.
Fair warning, Big G is not super used to cameras, so if you look at him, he's going to look back. That said, I do have a couple emails I wanted to shout out, and if you're holding on the phones, thanks for being so patient. We're juggling several things here, and we appreciate you. Let's see here. I've got an update from Cowboy at Camp Stands Alone. Quick stop by the ladies at Camp Menopause to check in and get a report. They seemed crabby and didn't have much good to report today. Rocket showed up, didn't stick around long. Of course, we heard from Rocket by phone a bit ago. They were working on a project and didn't want to hold them up or not get out to the woods. Had a quick chat of a plan, figured out who was sitting in which stand, and off they went. Sat in the corner stand. Rocket sat in the north stand. Rocket saw 1. Cowboy saw 7. Yep, just like Cowboy mentioned, mixed bag of does and fawns. So if you guys know Rocket and Cowboy, they may be in the know for where to go. Not to offer any information on their behalf or anything. And here actually is an update from Camp Menopause, and not just from them. From an email address specifically. This is from Camp. Well, I don't want to read your email address, but it's very, very clearly only for this use. So thank you. I appreciate you. This is golden. And they confirmed all the same details, but had a couple different perspectives. Rocket and Cowboy stopped by while we were mending a fence to get a report. Not much going on. The boys were square dancing in the yard trying to figure out who was going to stand where. See, I love this, the different versions of the story. Quiet day for the ladies around here. Have seen just a handful of does and a few fawns, fingers crossed. The change in weather will get the bucks moving some for all the hunters. Shout out to Gravy and Small Fry at Camp Tall Tales. Camp Menopause, I'm counting that as your entry into what Thanksgiving food you like best. Gravy and Small Fry is being considered as your official entry. We'll take a look at some more of those emails. Keep them coming. WCQM@civicmedia.us. In the meantime, we're going to take a couple quick calls. And you're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hi, this is Jonas from Can't Believe It or Not.
That was
Can't Believe It or Not.
Who from Can't Believe It or Not?
Jonas.
Jonas. All right.
Yep.
Jonas, have I seen some emails come in from you?
Just one where I just said the YouTube feed wasn't working.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, thank you for keeping an eye on that. We are definitely trying and failing to catch all those details, so please keep those coming. But why don't you tell us what you saw today?
Nothing today. It was nice and cold, and my wife went out. And she and my daughter are listening to Eliana. We didn't see anything.
Okay, so a nothing burger day out on your neck of the woods, eh?
That's right.
I'm sensing it's starting to feel like about like Saturday and about like yesterday. I'm going to get a few nothings, but a fair number of does and fawns. So way better than last year, but better ain't good enough, is it?
That's right. My neighbor's from does at least, and I would give it a one to the
Kind of breaking up a little bit.
Yep, we're losing you pretty bad there, but no, we're hoping that all of these the does and fawns turn into just a couple bucks. We've seen a couple successes. Actually, I'd say the first weekend was a little bit more successful, even just with Saturday alone, than last year seemed to be. So here's fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you. My shout out was to Phil and Sherry Devin.
To Devin?
Yep, Phil and Sherry.
Gotcha. Sorry you're breaking up a little bit, but hey, call back in your shout out again tomorrow. We'll give it another run. Hopefully the cups on a string work a little better for us. We'll take the blame this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Let's drop that one. Move over to the next one. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hey, this is the Bugman calling from the Bugman land.
The Bugman from the
Bugman.
Bugman land. What's up in the Bugman land today?
Well, I gotta say hi to the Jolas crew. Hey, Gray. Hey, Big G.
Hey.
You're holding down the tent, huh?
Good evening, Bugman. Thank you for a pleasant greeting. What did you find out in the woods today?
I got a doe. I saw a doe and I saw a little nubber buck.
Okay, I was going to ask you to clarify. I was going to say you got one. That might be a thing.
No shots. I'm waiting for a buck.
All right. Conserve the ammo until it's the right time.
Bones had to leave camp today.
Oh, no.
So I got to give a shout out to Red Apple and Chicken Bone and Reagan Dragon.
All right.
He was missing his family, plus he had to go back to work. So
yeah, frankly, if he could stretch it out to today, he's doing a lot better than people we talked to yesterday. There was a lot of go-homers yesterday, so if he got one extra day, credit to him.
All right,
man. Absolutely.
What's your favorite food at the Thanksgiving table?
Oh, I think I'm going to go with the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on the top.
Sweet potatoes and marshmallows. All right.
All right, you guys are doing a great job. It's tough following a legend like Joel.
Yeah, I know.
There is only one Joel Karnick, and he's not here tonight. So thank you so much, Bugman. We appreciate you.
Have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, we'll take a couple more calls before we have to take another commercial break. Time is just flying by. All these people calling us are doing so by dialing 715-744-1006. I'll put these calls on hold quick. And if I do hang up on you, my apologies. It's par for the course given how it's been going so far this week. We just got a huge equipment upgrade, which is why we're able to bring you a live stream like we are. It'll eventually be why we can hold more calls than we currently can, but that's still in the works. So thank you all so much for your patience. You all know how it works around here. We're in Park Falls. You guys are out at deer camp. I know it's not exactly a highfalutin time, but it's the best way to have fun that I think any of us knows in the month of November. Greg Gunderson sitting here, just as Bugman mentioned, without Joel covering him for him today in the studio, but he'll be back tomorrow and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. Even Joel gets a day off, though. How are you guys doing over here?
Good.
Big G, why don't you let us know about a big buck sponsor or two?
All right. Our big buck sponsors this year, Nemeth Implement, Ron Nolan there from Nemeth Implement in Stetsonville, actually purchased the youth rifle this year for the youth photo contest. So we want all the high school and younger kids, if you call in, be sure to identify yourself because you're going to go in that drawing for that nice youth rifle from Ron Nemeth Implement there, which he actually purchased from Main Street Guns and Knives, which is also one of our Spike Buck sponsors. Also, Heritage Meats, Travis over there, a $375 meat bundle. And, of course, you heard from Brian and Amanda at Seed and Feed. They were our guests last night. Was a couple of cellular Tacticams and certificates. So thank you to our big buck sponsors, all our sponsors, for making this 2024 Deer Hunters Roundup bigger and better than ever. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. And by that, we also do mean not only are we on YouTube, which is an expansion of our reach previous, we're also broadcasting live on 2 other radio stations that are part of the Civic Media Network. That means you can listen by 98.3 FM on the dial, which I know a lot of you are. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Also 98qcountry.com, which we've noticed got a lot of activity last night. So whatever method you might be using, if you've got good Wi-Fi, you might also be listening on a different radio station, though. And that is by far a first time ever. 105.5 WIRI in Nakusa and 101.1 FM WHSM in Hayward are simultaneously broadcasting this. Shout out if you're listening on either of those 2 stations or their respective online streams. And I will say, it seems like the Nakusa crowds kind of got the early edge. We heard from a lot of folks down in that area, more so than Hayward. I think Hayward and Sawyer County's got to bump it up a notch. If you're listening from Sawyer County, you're being called out. Dial us in, 715-744-1006. We'll take these 2 calls before we go on to our next commercial break. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Camp Longshot.
Camp Longshot. I think I might actually even have an email from you up here that I haven't updated yet, but why don't you update us firsthand?
I don't do that.
Wait, what now? You're not the emailer? Maybe I'm just getting things crossed. There's no way I'm confused this evening. That certainly isn't happening. Sarcasm aside, though.
But since you said that, I told twice about that Bucky song, and I still didn't hear it.
Hey, I've got it right here in front of me. It's happening tonight. The lengths we went to today, you have my word. We went. Have you ever heard the song 500 Miles by the Proclaimers? I would walk 500 miles. I would walk 500 more. Joel, this morning, walked 1,000 miles to bring you Oh Bucky, and it will be here. I promise you.
Okay.
I kid you not, we had to basically, I just mentioned all these upgrades we made. We had to dust off the old equipment. It had been retired. It was living down in Florida on a golf course. It was comfortable. It didn't want to come back to Wisconsin, but we dusted it off to find Oh Bucky. We found it. It will make an appearance today. Thank you for keeping it reasonable. I'll tell you what, if I were you, I'd be getting out of hand by day 3 without it.
Okay.
All jokes aside, seriously, thank you for checking in. We appreciate it. It's the people who keep coming back that mean the most to us because, as I'll say anytime I get the chance to, it's the people in the community who make the community. I do have to hold you to task, though. Big G set out the question of the day. You're going back for the seconds at the Thanksgiving table. What do you grab first?
Pumpkin bar.
Pumpkin bars.
Bar. All right.
From left field, I think that might take my top spot. Pumpkin bar. Craig, what's the feeling on pumpkin bars?
No.
That's way back from Grandma.
Okay, so you've got a family recipe pumpkin bar. I can't pretend I know what yours are like. I've enjoyed pumpkin bars I've had, though, so I may kind of have a guess. That said, I have not had your family pumpkin bars, so I will not pretend I know. That's for sure.
I did see a doe out there.
Okay.
Today.
Any fawns with it or just the single?
Just the one.
Okay, and if I had to guess, was that a little closer to evening with what others are telling me?
Yes.
Which, of course, makes sense. That's how deer work, but it's always kind of interesting to hear that the pattern's the same statewide. Hopefully, we start getting some reports of they're coming in earlier or something. We got to shake it up, right?
I saw one right at the stoplight in Wanaqua today, and he even stopped at the stoplight. I couldn't believe it.
One in town before there's one in the stand. Hopefully that changes soon.
Yeah, and then I want to give a shout-out to Smear Stick Camp.
Shout out to Camp Smear Stick.
Okay.
You have done so. Any other shout-outs quick for you?
Oh, that's it.
All right, excellent. Well, hey, stay tuned. We will play Oh Bucky. I'm actually looking at it. When I look up at this angle, you now know, if you're watching on YouTube, that I'm looking specifically at the button that says Oh Bucky on it. You see that, Big G? You see that? There's
let's see. Oh, yeah.
I've got a Bucky button. I will be pressing it later. Thank you so much for checking in with us.
And then Joni's Joint Camp.
Oh, yes.
Dylan's Joint, yep.
Shout out to Joint's Joint Camp. We haven't heard from them yet tonight. Hopefully we haven't hung up on them and we'll still hear from them yet this evening. Thank you so much. We've got one more call before we go to break.
Good work. Yes.
Well, thank you
Keep
kindly.
up with the work.
We appreciate it. I need the well wishes in the night that I'm covering for Joel. I'm a nervous afternoon guy here in the evening. We've got one more call before we go to break here on the Deer Hunters Roundup. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Still me.
Whoops. My apologies. Let's try that again. I thought that might have been the case. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. What
Uncle
camp does
Joe.
Uncle Joe hunt at?
Camp Snake in the Bush in Boulder Junction.
Camp Snake in the Bush. I was like, I think I recognize Uncle Joe, but I need to know what camp he's from to be sure. Snake in the Bush we know and love well. How's it out at Snake in the Bush today?
Yeah, I was pretty slow again. It's we walked a lot, and we finally saw a couple tracks, so that's pretty good.
Okay, was the walking, is that something new to the season? Have you been sitting pretty still so far?
We walk in the middle of the day and we sit at night. So
okay.
And we saw a nubbuck tonight, so that was pretty impressive.
Hey, you've got a male on the board. Nothing on the pole, but I'd say that's encouraging.
Yep.
Did the snow seem to give you any advantages that you didn't have so far?
Nah, it's pretty tough. It's tracks now, so at least you give you a little optimism.
Well, right. That's what I'm thinking is you've got half decent tracks, but you've got a really solid wet behind, so it's kind of a trade-off.
Correct.
Fair enough. Well,
yeah,
hey, Big D's
right now we're just trying to decide what we want for supper.
Oh, well, we've got a related question for you. We're talking food.
Okay.
Let's hear about supper first. I might drive over and see you.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking we're just trying to decide between roast beef and pea soup.
All right, I'd go with the roast beef.
See, immediately off the drop, my stomach says roast beef, but I've recently learned just how good pea soup can be. Do you have a good pea soup?
Well, you know what the difference between roast beef and pea soup is?
I'm about to learn.
Well, anybody can roast beef.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. There it is. Okay. All right. I got the buttons worked out. Thank you. You have given me an excuse to dust off the rim shot button.
What's Uncle Joe? What's your favorite go-to food at the Thanksgiving table?
Well, we always smoke our turkey, so I like the smoked turkey.
I thought you were going to say pea soup, but okay.
See, and when you said that you smoke your turkey, frankly, I was expecting another joke. I couldn't imagine any of them.
Well, I thought about it, but I'm going to lay it. Keep it a little low this time.
Your self-respect was admirable. I'm sure you'll have another chance to clown on me later this week. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, we are going to go to a break here. It's the Deer Hunters Roundup on 98Q Country, but also on WHSM out of Hayward, 101.1 FM, and WIRI in Nakusa. After a quick commercial break, we'll be taking more of your calls, checking in with Big G with Craig from Bader Sports Center here on 98Q Country.
98Q Country.
Buck from Essential Shooting Supplies in Park Falls, Wisconsin, a veteran-owned business, invites you to explore a trusted source for all your firearm needs. With extensive knowledge and a friendly staff, they offer new and used guns, ammo, shooting supplies, and expert gunsmithing services. Conveniently located just half a mile east of Highway 13 and Highway 182, Essential Shooting Supplies is your go-to destination. Visit them in person or online at essentialshootingsupplies.com to experience their commitment to quality and service firsthand.
Bader Sports Center would like to welcome all hunters to Wisconsin's beautiful Northwoods for the 2024 gun season. Bader's invites you to stop in for all hunting necessities. They have a great selection of scents and attractants from Pure Fection, Wildlife Research, and Gone Wild, as well as deer corn and apples. They've also got seasonings and rubs for the home chef from High Mountain and Hunt Chef. Bader's also has a Deer Hunter Widow sale during the gun season. Big savings on Stormy Cromer apparel, as well as ladies' lacrosse and Danner boots, shoes, and sandals. All this and more at Bader Sports Center, next to Pick and Save in Phillips.
Marcus here from Medford Motors. Does your vehicle need service and can't afford to miss the 30-pointer? Call Medford Motors Mobile Service. We come right to you and service all makes and models. Call yours truly, Marcus, at 715-314-1652.
Main Street Guns and Knives in Medford is your small town, local mom and pop gun shop. Small town, big selection. Over 1,000 new and used firearms in stock at all times. They carry reloading supplies, ammunition, optics, and something you just don't find anywhere. A walk-in humidor for cigar lovers. Main Street Guns and Knives. Located on Main Street in downtown Medford.
Get it done right the first time with CNR Power Sports. Come see Carl in Park Falls, where Ash Street meets the Tuscobia Trail when your boat, ATV, UTV, snowmobile, or even lawnmowers, snowblowers, chainsaws, and all other small engines won't start or run right. From light tune-up to full teardown and engine rebuild, Carl will bring his 30-plus years of experience to every job you bring him. CNR Power Sports is also the area's only factory-authorized warranty service center for Generac and DR brand equipment. Bring all makes and models. Look up CNR Power Sports on Google. Give Carl a call at 608-228-7223. CNR Power Sports, your trusty pit stop for top-notch care.
Good luck this season while you're after the 30-pointer. If you find yourself in pursuit of your own piece of land, or you're looking for a home in the area, or maybe you're ready to sell, reach to Northwoods Realty. We are the area's largest all-encompassing brokerage. Top-notch communication all the way while hunting for the perfect property, sealing the deal, then providing management services should you turn your purchase into a rental investment. At Northwoods Realty, we sell dreams. Visit northwoodswi.com.
Hunters and hometown folks, gear up with Winter Cooperative on Main Street in Winter, Wisconsin. Hometown proud and here for you. They've got it from groceries to hardware and everything in between. Need a hammer, a loaf of bread, or maybe some warm apparel? They've got you covered with a huge store featuring full hardware ink section. Winter Cooperative is your one-stop shop for all your needs. Stop by today and experience the friendly service that keeps winter going strong.
Hungry for a great hometown meal? Head to Jen's Butternut Cafe. Find a menu filled with delicious breakfast, tasty lunch and dinner choices, and awesome daily specials. Pork and dumplings is on Wednesday, but they're open at 6 a.m. every day. Jen's Butternut Cafe on Highway 13 in Butternut.
Hunters, pride starts here at Wildwoods Taxidermy Studio. Owner Travis's expert team craft lifelike mounts for your prized harvest. From fish to big game to even exotic species, they bring your dreams to life with unmatched skill. Located on Highway 13 in Fifield, Wisconsin.
The hunt for the perfect gift starts at the Park Falls Chamber of Commerce. Join us for Shop Local, a passport shopping event running November 29th through December 19th. Get your passport card stamped at participating businesses for your chance to win our grand prize basket valued over $200. Visit parkfalls.com or our Facebook page for full details. Remember, your dollars have a big impact when you shop local this holiday season.
Deer Hunters, set your sights on Chequamegon Home Furnishings, proud to be a title sponsor of the Deer Hunters Roundup. Check out their showrooms filled with a variety of furniture ready to go today. Mattresses with two-sided options, futons, sectionals, sofas, love seats, and over 50 recliners in stock. Plus, up north furniture, bedroom and dining sets, everything available without delay. Visit ChequamegonHomeFurnishings.com or see them on Facebook. The hunt for furniture stops at Chequamegon Home Furnishings in downtown Park Falls and Main Street in Ashland.
Need dependable auto services? Morg Auto and Truck Center in Phillips offers full-service towing, expert body shop repairs, and trade technicians ready to handle any job. They also have quality pre-owned vehicles. Insurance work is welcome. Serving Phillips for years, Morga is your go-to automotive center.
Hey Amanda, what are you doing?
Hey Brian, I'm working on our radio ad. We only have 30 seconds to tell people everything. Like we are the Seed and Feed located in Fifield on Highway 13 just north of Highway 70.
Tell them that we carry quality dog and cat food, animal feeds, bird seed, suet, and have a self-serve dog wash and pet supplies.
We can't forget our gifts, furniture, hunting blinds, deer feed and attractants, and bear bait.
What about Garmin, trail cameras, and our loyalty program?
And our website, FifieldSeedandFeed.com.
Did we say we're the Seed and Feed located in Fifield?
On a great taste at Lena's Northern Pines Resort in Butternut Lake. Big G here, and this is the perfect spot after a day in the woods. Starting Tuesday, enjoy chicken and pork dumplings. Wednesday, pasta night, and Thursday brings German fare. Don't miss Friday's seafood buffet. Weekends feature all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at 7 a.m. Prime ribs Saturday and smoked ribs and pork bellies on Sunday. Book your winter cabin getaways at lenasnorthernpines.net and visit them in Butternut or at Lena's Bar and Grill in Glidden, Wisconsin.
Serving Wisconsin's beautiful North Woods. 98Q Country is 98.3 FM WCQM.
All right, I'm going to have to replay that in 10 minutes because that's what's supposed to tell you it's 7 o'clock. My apologies there. Finally, a major new guy move, but that's A-okay. We're here on 98Q Country, listening live. You might be listening live on 98Q through the radio, 98.3 FM, or 101.1 FM, WHSM Hayward, or maybe 105.5 FM, WIRI out of Nakusa. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're taking your calls, 715-762, back that up, scratch it, remove it, 715-744-1006. Before I dive into some calls, we have a word of the day that you can text us by midnight. Use the Civic Media app, pull it up to 98Q Country, hit the text button, and type out the word of the day, which is Cala, C-A-L-A, Cala. Like Cala at Northwoods Realty, one of the excellent sponsors of the Deer Hunters Roundup this year.
And great, the winner's going to get for a third
Oh, hold on, Big G. I neglected to hit your button. Tell me what you were going to tell me. There we are.
The winner for the text to win contest was the day number 3 of the Deer Hunters Roundups. Going to get $25 from Bader Sports Center, courtesy of Craig and everybody at Bader Sports Center in Phillips. A $100 gift card from Wildwoods Taxidermy. A Deer Hunters Roundup hoodie, which really sharp looking. You can go on our 98Q Country website and order those if you like to commemorate the Deer Hunters Roundup. And a $50 Lena's Northern Pines or Lena's Bar and Grill gift certificate. So great prizes we got for the text to win contest. And like you say, the key word is Cala. And thanks to Cala and Tim New from Northwest Realty for being one of our title sponsors. And you can win Cabela gift cards from them and also some Roblox gift cards from them. So make sure get those young hunters to call in here because we got some great prizes. Just speaking of the great prizes, Essential Shooting Supplies is the sponsor of our adult photo contest. Chuck and Jennifer over there at Essential Shooting Supplies right on 182 have provided a Browning A-Bolt 3-stalker chambered in .270 valued at over $700. So another great prize from one of our title sponsors. So be sure and get those photos into WCQM at civicmedia.us.
Speaking of that, I'm actually going to spend a few minutes here, probably right up until the halfway mark at 7 o'clock. Because I accidentally fired off that thing that was telling you what radio station is, I've got to be ready to do that myself at 7. Whoops, professionalism. That said, I'm going to use this time to cover some emails that I've been falling behind on a little bit. Don't give up on your call-ins. I'm actually going to take these, I'm going to put them on hold. And if you just heard a beep, that means you're one of those 2 calls I just put on hold. We'll dive into those in just a couple minutes. First, I had a shout-out from Sandman on the YouTube comments. Can you all give a shout-out to Camp Lean-To from Sandman? I believe by asking that question, I have done that very thing. A couple emails, though. Shout out to my girlfriend, Rachel. She's out there at the front desk printing these for us on a scramble basis, and I appreciate it. No Nuts checking in from Camp Send It. The weather is starting to be snappy. No luck today. Going to have a few drinks, going to have a few drinks, strategize our hunt, which means sleeping in tomorrow morning. That's actually pretty funny that by having a meeting, you guarantee a late start tomorrow. Dumper checking in from Camp Bellyacres. Good news today. Grandson shot a nice doe. Well, congratulations. So they've got a deer on the pole. The beer is also staying ice cold, and the grandkids are learning how to play euchre. You be careful, or they're going to clean you out before you turn around. Big shout out to Camp Send It on their success, bagging a couple of nice bucks. I've got another.
All right, Camp Bellyacres, please send in their grandson's name. We'll put them in the youth drawing here for the youth rifle on the great prize package.
Good catch. And on that note, we got a call earlier today. Shout out to Wyatt Hinton. He got his first spiked buck on opening morning. We got a call in for that just today, so sorry for the delay there, Wyatt, but congrats, man. You got the first spike buck. It is in the bag. That said, we will be entering Wyatt in as well. I believe Wyatt qualified. We'll check and see if we can get confirmation on the age for Mr. Hinton. Abby from Camp Tall Tales. No deer yet. Still got hope for the coming days. Heard the wolves this afternoon. Hold on. Joel's not here. So I am absolutely...
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets.
I'm obligated to hit the button. Heard the wolves. It's been a great time with friends and family. We'll be back at it tomorrow early morning to see what happens. Deer report. Skid mark from Camp Moss Swamp. Okay. Opening morning, I got my first, a spike with a rifle right at light. Well, that is worthy of some applause. It's also the only deer on the chain so far. My brother Trey Dog missed an 8-pointer yesterday. Wait, no, I love this. It doesn't say my brother missed an 8-pointer. It says my brother missed at an 8-pointer. And I love that. I feel like that's just perfect. You missed at an 8-pointer. Joke of the day. Why did the deer need braces? We heard this one yesterday.
Yeah, this is a deja vu. I'm going to answer that because he had buck teeth, I think was the answer.
This came in less than an hour ago. Skid mark, I'm calling you out. We need another joke from you, something that we didn't hear yesterday. It was quality, but it was a repeat.
Yeah.
Couple more emails here before we dive into some more calls right at about the 7 o'clock mark. Quick shout out to Camp Corny up in Mellon from Greg at the Red Pine Lodge in Shanna Golden. Let's see here. Steve Jr. This year has been much like last, not seen a deer on the property yet. Hopeful, but the lack of sign with this recent snow isn't showing much promise, but we will keep at it until the closing bell on Sunday. Darn right you will. Don't give up. We are in the right area. It's the Northwoods. Just give it the time it needs. Oh, boy. Here we go. All right, here's my favorite one. Hylaman Hills, the bus driver update. Good evening, gentlemen and fellow hunters. Did 8 drives with a smaller crew today. M77, bus driver, random hero, and the one Oak Ridge boy. The huge showed up to assist on 2 drives. All swamp donkeys today. No shots fired again. That means does. We established that yesterday. Remember?
Yeah.
A davy of swamp donkeys, I recall. Meat pole still empty. Starting to contemplate if there's a different type of pole we can convert this to at the Hylaman Hills Frisbee Golf and Trap Range. Suggestions welcome. You can submit those suggestions to the Hylaman Hills crew directly. I don't want to know what you guys would suggest. Back at it again tomorrow with some drives, hoping the next update includes bucks. Me too. Hylaman Hills crew, hopefully your next update does include a nice deer with a nicer set of antlers on top. Camp Lonehorn in Presque Isle, we heard from earlier, sat in the cold this morning. 0 deer for our efforts, but did see 9 turkeys, 6 squirrels, 2 woodpeckers, and a doe just before dark. Not to mention the partridge in a pear tree. We will call that good for the moment. We're coming up on the top of the hour. You are listening to 98Q Country. We're broadcasting live on 98.3 FM WCQM here in Park Falls, your local civic media station. We're also broadcasting live simultaneously on 101.1 FM WHSM in Hayward and 105.5 WIRI out of Nakusa. Listening to your updates about camp, some tales, some spottings from your kids. Tell us what you saw out in the woods. Hopefully it was a deer that you then brought home. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is No Lights Camp Nancy.
No
I want to
lights.
give
No
a
lights.
shout out to Duck Quacker out of Nakusa.
All right. Shout out to Duck Quacker out of Nakusa. Any other shout outs for us?
Rocket
All
and
right.
Blue Shoes
Rocket and Blue Shoes. Excellent. Well, thank you
and
so much.
Cowboy.
And Cowboy, too. Well, they got to get the whole crew right. Well, hey, thank you for checking in
Yeah.
again today. What is, you know the question, I'm sure you've been listening. What is the Thanksgiving dish that will see you back for seconds?
Stuffing.
Stuffing. Only
Stuffing.
the second stuffing choice today. I will admit, I thought we'd talk to more of you stuffing folks. Not that I mind. I don't really understand how you work, but I'll let you eat the stuffing because I don't want it.
All right.
Well, hey, thank you so much for checking in this evening. We will hear back from you hopefully again in the coming days. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is the Whistler again from Camp Sigma.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. We're going to move on to the next call. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Mabel.
Mabel,
Set the table, Mabel.
Craig just pulled his.
Set the table, Mabel.
Our guest just pulled his
All right.
headphones off a little bit. I think he's heard of you, Mabel.
Oh, yeah. I thought everybody should hear Mabel.
Well, I think if you have your ears functioning within the county of Price, you've heard of Mabel.
Oh, well, I'm in Ashland, so they know me over here.
Well, we're representing down here for you. You hold it up in your neck of the woods. We'll shout on Mabel's behalf down here in our neck of the woods. I think that way we can cover more ground, right?
I think that's a set the table Mabel trip.
All right. Well, tell
All
us.
right.
Tell us how well is the table set out there?
The table was set really well last night. Even earlier today, the Buck Euchre cards were coming my way.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. What did we see out in the woods there today, Mabel?
I seen 4 does today. Cayuga kid went seen nothing.
4 does for you and none for the Cayuga kid. Have you seen any does before today, Mabel, or was this the first? Was this the first one we saw at all today, or this season, I should say?
2 Sunday and 1 Monday.
Okay, so the numbers are, well, today they trended upward. Hopefully 4 becomes 6 and 6 becomes some meat on the table.
Well, there you go.
Excellent.
And then it'll be set the table Mabel then.
All right. I know you're a professional table setter, so what is your favorite go-to food if you go for seconds or thirds? What are you going to partake of at that Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm thinking mashed potatoes and gravy, and you take a little bit dark meat of turkey and put a little gravy on that. No, that's the table Mabel.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. See, we went for one dish or one side dish, and you managed to artfully leaf in 3 different things into what I'm calling a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
I think that's against the rules, but we're going to allow it.
All right.
So you got the gravy.
That's
Good
We'll-
call on that, Mabel.
We'll allow it on one condition, and I think you know exactly what it is before you hang up.
Well, are you ready?
I think
All
I am.
right,
You
let's
tell me.
hit her. Let's hear it.
Gee, are you ready?
We are ready.
We
You
are
betcha.
ready.
That's
The table, Mabel.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. We will be hearing from you, I hope, again. If we don't hear from you tomorrow, I'm going to worry a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we got her.
Thank you so much. We are taking your calls live.
Now.
Oh, thank you so much. We're taking your calls live here on 98Q Country for the Deer Hunters Roundup, 715-744-1006. If I accidentally hang up on you, I promise it was an accident. I'm only going to get one shot at this really all year. Big G and I covered for Joel last year Tuesday when we had an entirely different set of hardware. You guys couldn't see us. We weren't live streaming on YouTube, and we also weren't broadcasting at 2 different radio stations that aren't even 98Q Country. I'm talking about WIRI and WHSM. Download the Civic Media app to see those, to listen in on them anytime, and check them out outside of the Roundup. There's some pretty great Wisconsin-based radio stations. Big G, have we neglected any sponsors that we should give some attention?
Well, we got to announce our big buck sponsors here for the 2024 Deer Hunters Roundup.
Tell me about them.
Village Pit Stop, right top of the hill there in Butternut, Barokas Reese in Fifield. Jen's Butternut Cafe, right on Highway 13 there in Butternut. Ron Ernst Lumber in Fifield. Forward Bank here in Park Falls, and soon to have their new office open in Phillips. Medford Motors. Tom Miller Electric. Northwood Supper Club. Be sure and get down there for their Thanksgiving buffet. Freeze Firewood. Flambeau Forest Inn. Northern Lights in the Lanes right here in Park Falls. Bigfoot Barbecue. Got a bunch of mild and spicy barbecue sauce. Mark Johnson's special recipe there. Warga's Auto and Truck Center in Phillips. The Oxbow Resort. Bader Sports Center right here in Phillips. Again, we got Craig in studio tonight, so happy to have him here. The Land Guys, the Sherry's Pub and Grub over in Minocqua, Kyle Repair in Park Falls, Ross's Sports Shop, Ridge Runners in Butternut, St. Croix Rod right here in Park Falls. Be sure and attend their holiday spotlight coming up here on December 7th. And Winter Cooperative right in Winter there, Park Falls Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Guns and Knives in Medford, the Big Dipper Bar located on Shady Knoll Road in Park Falls, J&A Service Marine and Power Sports, Kozak Enterprise Tow and Recovery, and CNR Power Sports right here in Park Falls. So thanks to our Spike Buck sponsors, and correction, Bader Sports Center is a title sponsor. So thanks to Bader Sports Center, Mike Bader and company there. And again, we're happy to have Craig here in studio with us to shed some light on what's going on over at Bader's.
Craig, when I've worked customer service jobs in the past, whether I was at the front desk of a hotel or when I was working at Shopco here in Park Falls when it still existed, I found that I would notice things that I probably wouldn't have noticed if I was just shopping. You know, you'd see that thing like you've got to clean that shelf so you actually care about the items on it, even though you're not going to buy them. And because of that, you end up like noticing things, and you start to. I develop like. You know, I start to feel a little bit crazy, Craig, I'll admit it, because I start thinking of them almost as not like people or friends, but you start thinking of them in terms of, why don't people buy that more often? I feel like I'd buy it more often than it's being bought from me, so why? What is that item? If you had to pick one item that's just like, it keeps popping up and you don't know why people don't go to Bader's for it.
Well, I'm a gun nut, so...
We'll allow it.
I'm sometimes wonder... and I hope the wife isn't listening, how I go home with a paycheck.
Well, I'll tell you what. I asked this question as somebody who briefly worked for St. Croix Rods. So they've got it specifically set up so if you're not leaving the factory door, you're leaving the factory store door. So you're walking between all of the Rapalas and all of the plastics and all of the... Oh my gosh. I think I turned around every payday and just gave half of it back.
Well, I worked up at the store up there for a while, and
you did. That's right. So you know exactly. You're sitting there just.
Oh yeah.
Here's the ticket to temptation every other Friday. Good luck. Oh man, no, yeah. I lack the self-control. So what gun have you had your eye on? What's sitting there on the shelf that I probably shouldn't even be asking you about?
Well, there's a certain Winchester shotgun down there that is just begging for me to take it home, but I don't think I dare.
I bet if I asked it and I listened in real close, it would just be saying, Craig,
yeah,
take me home.
Yeah, and then I'd have somebody at home saying, Craig, come here. And I'd have that gun upside the head.
Craig, what the heck is this? Craig, another one?
Yeah, where did you get this gun? You can only shoot one at a time.
Craig at Bader's Sports Center. Bader's, of course, next to Pick and Save in Phillips. It's where I got the Stormy Cromer vest I'm wearing. It's where I will go for every Stormy Cromer I ever buy again, unless somebody bans me from the state of Wisconsin. I don't see it going any other way. Before we dive in to take a couple more phone calls, I did just want to shout out, Big G mentioned Kozak Enterprises is one of the sponsors of the event. We actually I've got an event from their Facebook page. They want to see your deer pictures on Facebook. Find Kozak Enterprises by searching it on Facebook, Kozak Enterprise Tow and Recovery, or you can actually go to the Deer Hunters Roundup 98Q Country website page, and you'll see that there's a link to Craig's page there. It's the bragging rights contest. They want to see your deer. Post in the comments for a chance to win a $25 gift certificates towards service or 25% off a brake job covering both parts and labor. They're going to draw 2 for each prize. The drawing will be this coming Sunday, December 1st at 7 p.m. You have to get your entries in by 6 p.m. That's bragging rights, Kozak Enterprise Tow and Recovery on Facebook. Screenshot that. It's going away in 3, 2, 1. I was holding up a flyer for the camera because we're streaming live to YouTube. Find 98Q Country on YouTube. You can watch the Roundup for the first time ever. I'm going to get to some calls here before I anger some people, but first, let me just make sure. Okay, I thought I was going to do a thing that's not going to happen. So let's do this. You're on the Roundup. Who's this? Uh-oh. I may have left you sit there too long.
Hello.
You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Good to talk to you again. Oh, hell yeah. What's your camp name again?
Camp G-Spot.
Camp. Oh, how did I forget that?
G-Spot.
We asked yesterday, and I got the answer. I thought I should have seen that coming.
It's Packer related.
I believe you. I 100% believe you. Well, tell us what's.
At least the sign's green and gold.
I think they call
Makes
that.
sense.
They call that plausible deniability where I'm from, which is the lovely state of Wisconsin. Tell us about Camp G Spot. What have you guys been seeing out there today?
Well, today I saw horns.
Okay, were they on a deer?
Okay.
They were on a deer,
Okay.
but we had a little problem. We had a standoff.
Uh-oh.
And who was going to move first?
You didn't blink first,
And
did you?
I lost.
Oh, no. See, that's the thing. They stand still real well.
I lost patience, and I thought I was going to outsmart them and make a move. Started getting the gun off the shoulder. Gone. 2 hops, and that was it.
Wow.
But, hey, you know what? He's around, unless I spoke them real bad. But it's okay. It's all right.
Something tells
You know,
me he's got a lady friend around that he'll come back for.
This phone call worked out great. I was sitting here. I just finished my bowl of chili.
Excellent. Well, hey,
Now-
nothing if not
now-
good
now
timing.
listen. Now here's the question to the audience and you.
Okay.
Well, so my wife's been cooking me this chili for about 37 years.
Okay.
And every year I tell her, oh, it was fantastic. It tastes great. Not every batch is good, but I always tell her that in the thought that if I tell her it was bad, she won't make it anymore.
Okay. I'm talking to
That
a wise
makes
man.
sense, yep.
I see the wisdom.
But now today I was finished that, and I said, it wasn't a very good batch. Now, if I would have told her this 37 years ago, maybe she would have stepped it up and made it better.
Or maybe she
So
won't make it at all.
It's kind of a dilemma.
I fall on the man. You might not have had much chili if you'd have said that sooner kind of side
Well,
of things.
that's been my belief for all those years. But then I'm thinking now maybe I could have had better chili.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. One thing I've heard in several flavors from several people of many different kinds is that the grass is not greener. Something tells me if you had done it differently all those years ago, you might not like where you end up now.
It only takes a little doctoring up, and it's all fixed up anyway. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all good.
Get some Jane's Crazy Mixed Up salt or a little bit of Lowry's in there. I dare you to find something that can't fix up.
Just add the taste, and you got it fixed.
Perfect. Perfect.
But
You see-
anyway, I'm going to tell you, pumpkin pie. That's going to be it. Pumpkin pie with cream.
All right.
Those are the two conclusions.
And-
Better rough
well,
chili than no chili at all, and pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Well, that's for the Thanksgiving now because apples are for deer, so the apple pie is out of the question.
Okay, now we're going to have to argue. I'm afraid we don't have time to get that deep into it. Thank you so much for calling in today. Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Now give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. You're on the round. Oh, I went right back to him after I hung up on him. You're on the roundup. Who's this?
This is Muckshoe from Camp Lonehorn.
Muckshoe from Camp Lonehorn. How you doing today, Muckshoe?
Good.
You got both of your boots on today, or did you lose one out in the muck?
I surprisingly have still on.
Well done. You tied them tight enough today, and I'm proud of you for it. Did you see anything good in the woods today?
Today I didn't see anything in the woods. I got really cold.
Yeah, I think you probably weren't alone with a little bit of shivering out there. Did anybody in the camp see anything, or was it just a quiet day?
Big one though.
Okay. So not a total skunk of a day, but certainly we hope for something a little bit better by the end of the week. Well, Muckshoe, we have you entered for the youth hunt, correct? You qualify for that. You're high school or younger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make sure we get you entered into the youth hunt, but we can't let you go before we find out what you get a second helping of at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Is dessert?
Yeah, anything. Dessert.
Yes. Dessert. I'll tell you what, if you would have just said the meat, I wouldn't have accepted that. I would have said, nope, you got to be more specific. But if you just go for dessert, oh, yeah, that's allowed. And matter of fact, I think it's even deserving of a... That's just the right answer. Dessert is the answer of the day. Thank you so much for calling into the Roundup. Check in again with us throughout the week, okay?
See you.
See you
All
later.
right, thanks, Muckshoe.
Thanks, Muckshoe. Muckshoe, a frequent caller. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Big City Bob from Camp Snack-a-Lot.
Big City Bob from Camp Snack-a-Lot.
Second-time caller.
I like it. Well, welcome back to the Roundup. How's it going out there today at Camp Snack-a-Lot?
Well, we saw some deal today, I guess, but nothing with horns.
It seems like we're very slow. I feel like we're watching a flower bloom just a little too slowly to make it in time. At this rate, I feel like people would be seeing deer at like this time next week, but that's going to be too late. So what are we going to do? Are you going to shake it up? Are you going to change plans? Or are you just going to keep on hitting them again tomorrow?
Well, I'm heading home now for Thanksgiving feast, but I'll be back for the second weekend to give her hell.
Okay.
Yeah, where are you guys at?
I'm in the greater Lugerville area.
Lugerville, all right.
The metropolitan area of Lugerville.
Yeah, you betcha. South
Hunting
of Lugerville.
Central.
Hey.
I finally got a rise. I finally poked him in the right spot. Hit the right button. The Lugerville metropolitan area.
All right, Big City
there it
Bob,
is.
what's your favorite food now? You're going home for Thanksgiving. What's your favorite food?
Sweet potatoes.
Ooh,
Sweet potatoes.
Finally, we get an entry for sweet potatoes. All the way to 7:15 before we heard sweet potatoes. I think we've got
I
some
heard it
buyers
once
out
before.
there.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yep.
Sweet potatoes?
Yeah, those are excellent.
Oh, I thought I was keeping better mental track, but apparently some sweet potatoes have slipped me
Let
by.
me handle the food. You know my motto. Forget about 12 pointers.
you don't.
Forget about
you don't
12
get
pointers.
too
Give me
often
12
other
courses.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, so you gotta enjoy them.
We will do that, hopefully anyway, and hopefully you can too. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, have a good one, you guys.
You too. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hey, it's Lumpy from the Pokem Smokem Lodge.
Lumpy from Pokem Smokem. Well, I would ask what you guys have been up to, but I'm worried I already know. How's it been going out there today?
Oh, it's really good. Opening day, we got a 21-inch 8-pointer on the wall, on the brack.
Right.
Nice 9-pointer, and yesterday we got a spike with a broken head.
Hold on, we're firing off another one. You guys are just pulling in deer. You guys are the bottom of the funnel that everybody else can't seem to find.
You want us to let people know where you're at? Or you want to keep it a secret?
Well, I can tell you where I'm at. I'm sitting on my porch.
On the porch, okay.
Perfect. Go find this guy's porch, guys. What are you doing? Isn't that what you do? That's how you hunt, man. You just set up a blind right there, little buddy heater and beverage of choice, and off you go, right?
Well, that's right.
Well, I tell you, you wouldn't want me on your blind. It'd be like trying to hide an elephant under a picnic table.
Yeah, sharing in close spaces with Big G goes as well as you probably imagine it would go. What, though, the question we've been asking everybody, you're going back to the Thanksgiving dinner table because something's calling you for a second helping. What food is it?
Well, let me tell you guys, if you see the size of my belly, anything but cranberries.
All right, the whole gamut.
Anything but I felt like, we were about to get along there, and then you personally attacked me like that. Are we talking homemade cranberries? Are we talking like that jelly sauce with the ridges that you can still see from the can that you just won't touch? Or is it both of them? All cranberry sauce?
If it's cranberries, no, Lumpy ain't touching it.
Lumpy, we'll have to work on this. We're going to have to figure this out because I don't know how I'm going to abide that decision from you. I like you, but that cranberry call is it's too much of a hot take. Well, hey, thank you so much for checking in. I kid very much. I appreciate you greatly. Good luck to you out there. Hopefully that porch turns up some better action for you throughout the week. Please do check in again, okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Who do we got here? See, this is the funny thing because I hit the button that drops the call, and then both lights start blinking, and it's like, wait, who is first? We're going to go with you. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
It's Emma from Winter, Wisconsin.
It's Emma from Winter. Emma, how's it going out in Winter today?
They're good.
Doing well. Did you see any deer out there today, Emma?
Nope.
What about anybody else at the camp? Has the camp seen any deer today?
No, I don't think so.
So you just called to say everything is bad and there's no deer out here?
Yep, exactly.
Well, that's kind of sad. Do you have a happier story to tell me?
Well, my uncle saw 2 deer yesterday.
Oh, see, so you were holding out on us. You were just going to call and say no deer never, right? But there's sneaky deer out there. The uncle's been hiding them on you.
Yeah.
Is that kind of his thing? Does he like to tell tall tales about the deer he's seen sometimes?
Yeah. Hold on. My little cousin wants to say hi.
Okay.
Okay.
She changed her mind. Never mind. She got too scared.
Shyness is totally allowed. We completely understand it. Oh, hi there. Hello.
Hello.
Well, I think we can
Nelly.
safely. Nelly? Did we hear someone named Nelly there, or did I catch something wrong?
Zoe.
Zoe. Oh, okay, perfect. Well, hey,
Zoe,
I
okay.
really wanted to get that second name so that we could enter you both to potentially win that youth rifle donated so kindly by which sponsor donated that, Big G?
That was Nemeth Implement.
Thank you
Yep.
so much. We will make sure you guys get your names in to enter. Emma, could you tell me what your favorite Thanksgiving food is?
Definitely Kugela.
Kugela.
Yep.
I've never heard of anybody eating that in this state. I need to find your family Kugela recipe because I've heard of it, but I've never had it. Will you share?
It's a Lithuanian dish.
Well, see, that's the thing. I've heard of it because of this kid's show like 20 years ago. If I told you why I know what Kugela is, you wouldn't believe me. But all I want to know is, can I have some?
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. Thank you so much, Emma. We're going to enter you and Zoe to win that youth rifle donated by who? Nemeth Implement.
Nemeth Implement,
I got there
yep,
before you
out of
did.
Stetsonville,
I
yep.
get the credit on that one. Emma, please call us back. Thank you so much. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We are the Deer Hunters Roundup here at 98Q Country. That's 98.3 FM on the radio dial, but we're also broadcasting live to two other stations in Wisconsin, WIRI in Nakusa, that's 105.5. Wait, nope. I'm getting things all kinds of twisted. WIRI in Nakusa is 105.5 and 101.1 FM in Hayward, WHSM. We'll be back taking more of your calls, checking in with Big G and Craig from Bader Sports Center, one of our title sponsors, after I would say a quick word from our other sponsors, but there's a fair few commercials. Stick around. We'll be right back here on 98Q Country.
Attention fishing families. Don't miss the St. Croix Holiday Showcase Saturday, December 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at St. Croix Rods in Park Falls. Shop one-day deals on rods, reels, tackle, special holiday apparel prices, and more. Enjoy free fishing seminars from the St. Croix pros, plus special one-day deals during the 7 days of Christmas, kids lure painting, complimentary hot cider and snacks, and Santa Claus arriving at noon. Bring your family and join the St. Croix family for holiday fun and fantastic savings. Learn more at stcroixrodfactorystore.com.
Best wishes for a successful hunt. Check out the options at Up North Vacation Lodging. We offer homes, cabins, condos, and resorts. Whether you're here for the hunt or you visit year-round, we're glad you're here. Visit upnorthlodging.com.
The Lanes in Park Falls has something special for your taste buds. Great menu with pizzas, sandwiches, wraps, and much more. It's BOGO Tuesday, buy one, get one, a basket of wings. And then on Wednesday, double dip time, tacos. And then at 4 o'clock, it's their famous barbecue rib dinner. Friday, the great fish fry. Saturday, sink your teeth into prime ribs. Sunday, wrap up the week with $7 off a 16-inch pizza. Grab a beverage and play a round of golf on their golf simulator, too. The Lanes, Highway 13 in Park Falls, Wisconsin.
It's finally here. The 9 biggest days of November. Stop at Bader Sports Center for all of your hunting needs to make this season a success. From last-minute extras to clothes, boots, and even guns, ammo, and your DNR license, Bader's has what you need. Even things you didn't know you needed, like snack sticks, jerky, or homemade candy, all produced locally in the Phillips area. From the whole team at Bader Sports Center to all hunters, a safe, enjoyable, and successful season. Go see them at 262 South Lake Avenue in Phillips, next to Pick and Save.
Out in the wild, flavor doesn't come easy unless you got Bigfoot barbecue sauce. Crafted by Mark Johnson from his legendary recipe, this sauce is your hunting trip's secret weapon. Whether you like it mild or with a spicy kick, it's the perfect marinade or dip. Find it locally at Fifield Grocery and Smokehouse, Butternut Feed Store, Kayla's Kitchen in Park Falls, Bader Sports Center in Phillips, Homespun in Phillips. Bigfoot barbecue sauce, legendary flavor for every hunter. Bigfoot barbecue sauce, taste the legend.
For a great place to eat during the deer hunting season, head to Flambeau Forest Inn. The burger of the month is the Monster Buck. 7-inch high burger with 2 3/4-pound patties, 2 chicken strips, 2 mozzarella sticks, 2 slices of bacon, 2 fried eggs, cheese, and fries, served with a side of wings. Whoa! And on Thanksgiving Day, stop in for a free dinner. Open at 11:30 a.m. Wednesday through Sunday, closed Monday and Tuesday. Flambeau Forest Inn in Winter, Wisconsin.
Hunters and outdoor enthusiasts, listen up! J&A Services Marine and Power Sports in Park Falls, Wisconsin has it all. Visit our massive showroom on Highway 182 stocked with fly and climb snowmobile gear, helmets, goggles, and everything for your marine and snowmobile adventures. Check out hunting blinds, ice augers, dirt bikes, youth ATVs, and pre-owned sleds. Owner Bernie brings expert service on all equipment. Call 414-902-0449 today. J&A Services, your outdoor gear headquarters.
Kozak Enterprises Tow and Recovery Service handles any kind of vehicle repair work. Heavy-duty machinery repair, and of course towing 24/7. And they'll even get you back in your vehicle if you're locked out. Kozak Enterprises Tow and Recovery will beat any competitor by 50%, serving the surrounding area and all of Price County. Call Kozak Enterprise Tow and Recovery at 715-820-2124. 820-2124.
Ridge Runners on Main Street in downtown Butternut, Wisconsin wants to wish everyone a successful and safe deer season. They invite you in for their fresh farm-to-table smoked brisket, pulled pork, ribeye steak sandwiches, or try their half-pound Angus burger. All made with fresh, farm-to-table meat from Heritage Meats. Also now offering fresh cheese curds delivered weekly and homemade soup available daily. Open Thursday through Saturday, serving until 9 p.m. at Ridge Runners, Main Street, downtown Butternut, Wisconsin. Ridge Runners hopes to see everyone this opening weekend.
Chuck from Essential Shooting Supplies in Park Falls, Wisconsin, a veteran-owned business, invites you to explore a trusted source for all your firearm needs. With extensive knowledge and a friendly staff, they offer new and used guns, ammo, shooting supplies, and expert gunsmithing services. Conveniently located just half a mile east of Highway 13 and Highway 182, Essential Shooting Supplies is your go-to destination. Visit them in person or online at essentialshootingsupplies.com to experience their commitment to quality and service firsthand.
Looking for your Northwoods home or that perfect piece of hunting land? Meet Jason Brademan of The Land Guys. Jason is a lifelong outdoorsman with deep roots in Wisconsin. He specializes in rural residential property as well as hunting and recreational land, and he knows the Northwoods like the back of his hand. Whether you're buying or selling, Jason will get you the best deal. And as a licensed drone pilot, he'll showcase your property from breathtaking new heights. Call Jason Brademan of The Land Guys, 715-613-0484, or email jason@landguys.com. Your perfect property awaits.
Breaker 19 is the Big G rolling on a double nickel on I-13, heading for the village pit stop at the top of the hill in Butternut. Just ease that timber train in for some motion lotion, bars, chains, hydraulic oil, even groceries or a cold one. That's the village pit stop in Butternut, Wisconsin.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy and cold tonight, a low in the low teens. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high in the upper 20s. It looks mostly cloudy for Thanksgiving Day, high in the mid-20s with a gusty breeze, a few flurries for Thursday night and Friday. We're at 18 right now.
18 degrees here in Park Falls, where we sit in the 98Q studios, your local civic media station, bringing you the Deer Hunters Roundup. I want to send out to everyone who can hear this an extra special thank you, because there's been a couple hitches here and there, a little more than usual when Joel is at the helm. But Joel is taking a much-deserved night off, so Greg Anderson here, Big G, Greg Griesel behind me. We've got Craig from Bader Sports Center in the orange in the corner. You can see on camera too there. He's kind of hunkered down behind some quality microphone equipment. But that said, I'm still going to say his name every once in a while so you know he's here. How's it going over there, Craig?
It's going good.
We found out your opinions on a lot of Thanksgiving foods, and I will say green bean casserole. I don't know if I'd have had you pegged for that.
Yeah, green bean casserole and stuffing. Kind of a toss-up, but I just mix them anyway.
Oh, man. See, I would have thought, like, he already went for the green bean casserole. I don't think he could disappoint me more. But then you said stuffing, and I'm like, oh, I think my heart just shrunk one size.
I will be revealing my favorite before the show's over.
Your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I wonder.
You guys already know that.
I already know it, but I wonder how many of our listeners, viewers on our various channels know this. I'm thinking I'm going to brainstorm about something of a quiz. May or may not happen yet this evening. That said, I do have a couple emails. I'm going to burn through 3 of them really quickly here. First off, thank you for. Okay, hold on. Some of these are kind of tough to read because of the choice of punctuation. First off, thank you for providing perfect camp and shack entertainment. No, thank you for making it possible for us to do this. My grandson Koa and I are the only members of the newly dubbed Wishin' for the Buck camp. Wishin' for the Buck. I hope we have not duplicated another camp's name. If there's another Wishin' for the Buck out there, please weigh in. We've passed on a 3-point that ran up to the cabin, maybe seeking a safe place. Whatever the reason, we took pity. We play a lot of Yahtzee, and Co's favorite electronic game is Roblox, but only when the stars align and we get a whole 2 bars. I realize the volume of communications you receive and appreciate your efforts on acknowledging those who have submitted. We look forward to tonight's show and have also tried to follow your live stream. Thank you.
All right, we'll put Cole in there then for the youth rifle prize.
And that's actually K-O-A. It's either Koa or Ko.
Okay.
I've heard the name before. Being named Gray. I like unique names. That's a really cool one. We're going to dive back into some phone calls after one more email. That was one that we'd already seen. What's up? It's your boy, the Brazilian dude, listening to this internationally. Shout out to everyone at 98Q Country. Y'all are amazing. Pedro, you're amazing. Thank you. We are going to dive into some calls. Oh, Austin.
Pedro, that's my buddy right there.
Yeah, Austin Brumay's friend. I appreciate you holding it down from Brazil. He's been active in the YouTube comments. If you're watching on YouTube, say hi. I'd love to give you a shout out. There have been a couple of them on there that I've missed. Thank you for your patience there. That said, if you get me on the phone, I can't miss it. Just like this. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Brian from Faddle, 40-acre deer lodge.
Brian from Faddle.
Yep.
Brian, every time we talk to someone from Faddle this year, I've got this silly little phrase in my head. I think of Fiddle Faddle. Have you guys ever had the snack Fiddle Faddle?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm not going to poke you any further than that, but I think I'm just my 2 cents. You guys better have some Fiddle Faddle up in the cabinet.
That's pretty clever, having an acronym for your deer camp.
That's awesome.
That's excellent.
It rolls off the tongue in a way like, and when we heard it on the first call, I thought, hold on, here's some people with a plan. The 40-acre deer lodge, the artist formerly known as Faddle. I love it.
Yep, my dad and 4 other guys built the cabin back in the early 60s, and they created a corporation and named it Faddle.
Oh, no kidding. Well, hey, early 60s. Have we seen the 60th anniversary of the Faddle Camp yet, or are we right on the cusp of that?
We're 1 year away from our 60th.
All right. Well, hey, I need to hear from you guys next year
congratulations.
during the Faddle 60th anniversary. That will be too cool. Hopefully we can put together some sort of mini celebration on the air for you.
So what's going on at the Faddle camp?
Yeah, what did you see in the woods today?
We've been seeing a doe and a fawn. We've passed on those thus far, hoping to see a buck.
Okay, so you've got some frequent flyers that have made the rounds around camp, and hopefully they're not all you see, right? That's kind of where we're at right now?
That's what we're hoping for, but...
Man, see, that's the thing is I tend to think, like, you've probably noticed a lot of callers are giving similar reports. A couple does, even a few does, or a half a dozen does here and there, but nobody's reporting much in the way of antlers. It feels like that should turn into some bucks, but what do you think? Do you have good feelings for the second half of the week?
Yeah, we had some bucks on camera last year, but never saw them, and obviously hunting was as poor or worse last year, so...
Right.
We've got some hope for the...
Yeah, we got a little cooler weather coming too over the weekend and stuff, so see what happens.
Yeah, it was very little crunchy out there today. We were hoping to maybe hear something, but...
I think that was where I draw my hope from, is that last year was such an ugly year. So even seeing these little tidbits, it feels like, man, this might as well be a feast. So hopefully you guys are feasting on some quality venison soon. But in lieu of venison...
Speaking of feast, Thanksgiving's a day away. What is your favorite food at the Thanksgiving Day table?
It'd be the whipped mashed potatoes with butter.
All right.
Ooh.
Whipped mashed potatoes.
All right. I'm starting to see a split within the mashed potato community. Gravy versus butter. We'll see if we can collect some more opinions.
All right.
Thank you for
I'm a
checking
gravy guy myself, but, you know, hey.
All right. 2 quick shout-outs.
Yeah.
Quick shout-out, okay?
We got to give Andy in the Green Cabin a shout-out, and then the crew down at Eagle Lodge, specifically Popcorn.
Andy in the Green Cabin and Popcorn down at the Eagle Lodge. You have dropped your shout-outs. Thank you so much for calling the Roundup. Please do so again this season.
All right, thanks, guys. We love listening to you.
We appreciate you. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
This is Blake.
Blake. What camp are you from there, Blake?
Camp Snake in the Bush.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hearing again from Camp Snake in the Bush. Blake, I'm going to chance a guess that you probably qualify for the youth rifle we're giving away.
Shout out to Camp Snake in the Bush.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Camp Snake. Anybody in particular you want to give that shout out to?
To Uncle Joe
Okay.
and my sister Callie.
Shout out to Uncle Joe and Sister Callie at Camp Snake in the Bush. Now, the big question of the day, I'm sure you've heard it. You've probably already been planning, so I know you've got your answer ready. What is Thanksgiving food number one?
Probably mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mashed potato. We've got another in the gravy column, and we've got another upset Craig. We're going to have to deal with the mashed potato scandal that's unfolding. We will make sure you get entered to win that youth rifle, though. You'll be entered to win that drawing. Thank you so much for checking in and for shouting out some folks.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll get back to some more calls in just a second, but first, I think we might need to address the clear pattern that we're seeing in mashed potatoes. So I didn't notice that there was a split, but I did notice there were a lot of mashed potatoes. The first two potato eaters agreed gravy was the way. But when the first one shared that butter and whipped was the way, we learned that Craig is team butter whipped potatoes. So I'm thinking that we need a couple swords. I'm thinking, or maybe knives. What do you guys think? I'm thinking we need some edged weapons here to settle this. Maybe we'll save that one for the post game show. Right now, though, I've got a couple more phone calls to take on the roundup.
Safer with broomsticks, but we'd have to have a little bigger area to joust in, I think.
I'm still hearing fatal. I'm still hearing fatal. You're on the roundup. Who's this?
You got the Uper Lager from Camp Shoot the Moon.
We got the Uper Lager from Camp Shoot the Moon.
Shoot the moon.
You didn't shoot at the moon today, did you? Hopefully there's something better than that to aim at.
Well, the story is way back one time, the cow jumped over the moon rhyme thing.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little too much to drink, and I was watching the moon, and I thought I saw a big buck jumping over the moon, so I shot at him, and I think I hit the moon.
I'm picturing somebody in blaze orange just barely making it from the outhouse to the camp, looking up and just saying, "Hey, diddle, diddle." That's wow. Fair enough. Well, hey, Camp Shoot the Moon, not turning out a lot of venison yet, but hopefully that changes. We have been talking food all evening here, and of course the big question is, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Well, I'm kind of an oddball. I like that jelly cranberry sauce in a can with the rings around it.
I wasn't going to admit it until someone else said it first. If it doesn't have the edges, it's not the nostalgia that I'm looking for. That's what I grew up with.
You betcha.
Now, I will say that I had a couple great cooks for grandmothers. One of them even made some delicious cranberries when she chose to, but she was also the one who cracked open the can and gave us the corrugated cranberries. So I'm glad someone's on my team. Thank you for checking in with us today.
You bet.
You enjoy your cranberries this Thursday, okay?
I will.
All right.
Moving over to another call. You're on the roundup. Who's this?
Hi, this is Rena from Flying Dutchman Lodge.
Flying Dutchman.
You say this is Rena?
Yeah.
All right, Rena from the Flying Dutchman. We will make sure you get entered to win that rifle we're giving away, but I can't let you go until I know how it's going out at your camp. Did anybody see any deer today?
We saw a couple does, but no bucks.
Okay, that sounds like what a lot of people are seeing. How's it going at camp, though? Is everybody behaving well?
Yes.
Yeah, I always wonder when I get a quick yes like that. I wonder. But that said, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Before I let you go, what's your number one Thanksgiving? What do you fill your plate with the most?
Probably mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes? What do you do? Okay, see, we've recently found out that there's some different ideas about mashed potatoes. What do you put on
your
top?
mashed potatoes?
What goes on top?
Probably gravy.
Oh. Gravy.
All right.
Gravy is keeping the lead. Thank you so much for checking in. Like I said, we'll make sure you get entered to win that youth hunt or the youth rifle that we'll be giving away, donated by Nemuth Implement. And we are going to take some more calls here on the Roundup. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Yeah, you got the old buck from Camp Toothless Beaver again.
The old buck from Camp Toothless Beaver. It hasn't been a night of the Roundup until we've heard from the old buck. How's it going today?
It was a little bit brisk out there today.
Okay, but did it push you inside, or did you weather the storm?
I weathered the storm, but I didn't have any real good luck. Actually, I had one little brown one sneak past me. Not sure if it was a buck or a doe, but those rabbits are hard to tell.
Hey, if it's a jackalope, you won't have to wonder. You'll know for sure.
Right, then you got some horns on them, but the little cottontails, they don't have much for horns.
Well, and with the snowfall yesterday, they blend in so darn well you can hardly spot the darn things to start with.
right? And the snowshoes haven't turned yet. They're starting to, but they haven't made it because we haven't had enough snow.
They'll turn just in time for you to lose sight of them. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, go ahead. What was that, old buck?
So they always move when you can't find them.
Exactly. It's like they know. I think they might have a good idea about it. Old buck, what does the old buck pick from round 2 at the Thanksgiving table? What's number 1 fare for the old buck?
For us, it's totally untraditional. Crab legs.
Crab legs. Oh, yeah.
I think I could find a way to give some thanks over crab legs, though.
Oh, yeah.
I bet if
Crab
you
legs, I
proposed
like
that
those.
idea, I'd have to take you up on it.
Put a bucket in front of me and away you go.
Yeah, you'll see some Thanksgiving at that point.
Yeah, a little different than turkey, so
How many people you got up coming around the table for crab legs this year, old buck?
we're just going to have 4 of us.
All right. Well, hey, I was thinking, hey, if you've got like 10 or 12 people, that's a lot of crab legs all of a sudden. 4 people, that's all right. That's a proper Thanksgiving meal. Well, hey, that sounds like it's going to be a beautiful time. Hopefully your time spent in the woods for the rest of the week matches your dinner table experience. And wait, hold on. People argue at the dinner table. Hopefully you just have a really good week. How about that?
Thank you much. I hope to do.
You are very
All
welcome.
right, old buck. Thank you.
Call back again tomorrow. Catch Joel when he's back from his day off. Today it's me and Big G, and you're on the Roundup, and you're not anybody. We're going to drop that one, which that actually is probably a good time. We've got to take a quick break so we can get a word in from our sponsors. I'm going to collect some emails because I know I've been missing a few of them, but we've only got about 20 minutes left, and then we absolutely 100% cannot keep going on 2 of the 3 radio stations we're broadcasting on, but we will be sticking around for a little bit of overtime, the post-game show.
On 98Q Country.
On 98Q Country and on the 98Q Country YouTube page. Just search 98Q and stick around. We'll be right back after this.
On a great taste at Lena's Northern Pines Resort in Butternut Lake. Big G here, and this is the perfect spot after a day in the woods. Starting Tuesday, enjoy chicken and pork dumplings. Wednesday, pasta night. And Thursday brings German fare. Don't miss Friday's seafood buffet. Weekends feature all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at 7 a.m. Prime ribs Saturday and smoked ribs and pork bellies on Sunday. Book your winter cabin getaways at lenasnorthernpines.net and visit them in Butternut or at Lena's Bar and Grill in Glidden, Wisconsin.
Bader Sports Center is having a Deer Hunter Widow special on all of our regular priced Stormy Cromer clothing and accessories. From November 23rd through December 1st, take 15% off any of our Stormy Cromer men's and women's apparel and accessories, including hats, gloves, mittens, and purses. So make your own drive to Bader Sports Center, stand in front of our huge rack of Stormy Cromer merchandise, and bag your own trophy. Mention that you heard this radio ad, and we'll give you an additional 5% off your Stormy Cromer purchase. That's all at Bader Sports Center, next to Pick and Save in downtown Phillips.
Hunting for a bank who is always moving forward with expanded mobile and online banking services in your neighborhood? Ford Bank in Park Falls and Phillips is that bank. With a team of caring and responsive leaders who will provide the best rates to meet your needs, whether shopping for a home, a vehicle, or maybe just that beautiful piece of property for hunting. Stop in at Ford Bank or apply online at www.fordbank.com. Be safe and best of luck, hunters, from the entire team at Ford Bank in Park Falls and Phillips.
Deer Hunters, set your sights on Chequamegon Home Furnishings, proud to be a title sponsor of the Deer Hunters Roundup. Check out their showrooms filled with a variety of furniture ready to go today. Mattresses with 2-sided options, futons, sectionals, sofas, love seats, and over 50 recliners in stock. Plus, up north furniture, bedroom and dining sets, everything available without delay. Visit ChequamegonHomeFurnishings.com or see them on Facebook. The hunt for furniture stops at Chequamegon Home Furnishings in downtown Park Falls and Main Street in Ashland.
Get fired up, folks. Freeze Firewood and Phillips is starting their winter firewood sale now through March 1st. This is the best time to stock up on your 2025 firewood needs. Wood for your home, your cabin, camping, your hunting shack in the woods. Freeze Firewood takes pride in top-notch customer service and are happy to be your premier firewood supplier in the Northwoods. Call 715-567-0616 and see Freeze Firewood on Facebook.
Indulge in premium meats at Heritage Meats in Butternut, Wisconsin. We specialize in processing whole deer to your exact specifications, offering after-hours drop-off for your convenience. Travis will craft mouth-watering venison sausage and snack sticks. Savor the finest local beef, pork, chicken, and lamb alongside our delicious homemade brats. Visit us Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and elevate your culinary experience with our quality cuts. Trust Heritage Meats for exceptional service and top-tier meats tailored just for you. Heritage Meats in Butternut, Wisconsin. We're pleased to meet you with meat to please you.
Marcus here from Medford Motors. Does your vehicle need service and can't afford to miss the 30-pointer? Call Medford Motors Mobile Service. We come right to you and service all makes and models. Call yours truly, Marcus, at 715-314-1652.
Sherry's Pub and Grub on Highway 70 in Minocqua is your haven for the home cooked. Order the perfect classic cheeseburger or mix it up with cream cheese and green olives. And who needs tater tots when you can level it up with tater kegs? Wait. There are Reuben tater kegs? I'm going to Sherry's right now. Sherry's Pub and Grub on Highway 70 in Minocqua. I'll see you there.
Hunters, pride starts here at Wildwoods Taxidermy Studio. Owner Travis's expert team craft lifelike mounts for your prized harvest. From fish to big game to even exotic species, they bring your dreams to life with unmatched skill. Located on Highway 13 in Fifield, Wisconsin.
Fuel your savings with Bush Hog and Nemeth Implement. Check out these deals on their 100 series single spindles. The single spindle 200, 300, 400, and 500 series as well. See selected flex wings, hay tools, and tillers. See the whole line of Bush Hog where quality meets affordability. If it doesn't say Bush Hog, it just won't cut it. See them at NemuthImp.com, Niemuth, NemuthImp.com, or go to their showroom just south of Medford on Highway 13 in Stetsonville.
Barocca's Wreath's 25th annual Christmas open house is coming up November 29th through December 1st. They've got swags, garland, kissing balls, crosses, candy canes, and special orders are welcome. Barocca's Wreaths, 3 miles east of Fifield on Highway 70. Look for the signs.
Hey Amanda, what are you doing?
Hey Brian, I'm working on our radio ad. We only have 30 seconds to tell people everything. Like we are the Seed and Feed located in Fifield on Highway 13 just north of Highway 70.
Tell them that we carry quality dog and cat food, animal feeds, bird seed, suet, and have a self-serve dog wash and pet supplies.
We can't forget our gifts, furniture, hunting blinds, deer feed and attractants, and bear bait.
What about Garmin, trail cameras, and our loyalty program?
And our website, FifieldSeedandFeed.com.
Did we say we're the Seed and Feed located in Fifield?
Visit the Big Dipper Bar, a historic log cabin dining experience just 18 miles east of Fifield on Shady Knoll Road. Accessible year-round by road, ATV, or snowmobile. The Big Dipper Bar is open Thursday to Sunday with music every weekend. Enjoy Angry Walleye Bites on Fridays and try the Colossal BLT or the best pizza around every day. It's a ripper at the Dipper this deer season. Find the Big Dipper Bar on Shady Knoll Road and find them on Facebook for frequent updates.
We are talking about meat sticks, snack sticks of various types. We were just enjoying a snack stick here at 98Q Country that came to us from Heritage Meats up there in Butternut. When we were gifted a deer by the world at large here at 98Q Country, there was somewhere out on the road here on Highway 13, there was an impact, and the deer wound up basically passing away right in the front yard here. And Joel is like, we're taking that to Heritage, and holy cow, have we got some great snack sticks. What we have also here is some great 98Q Country Deer Hunters Roundup action, and it's going out live over 2 other radio stations here. We're taking your calls, your updates from camp, your shout-outs to other camps. Right now, I've got to fly through a lightning round of some emails after Big G reads some sponsors, and then we'll take more calls from about 7:50-ish till 8 o'clock. Then we've got to shut it off of 2 of those 3 radio stations, but we will keep it going for a post-game show and answer some extra calls because I know the new guys, it's been a little tough tonight to get through to us on the phones. We'll give you some extra chances. Do not tune away after the 8 o'clock mark. Also, hey, Bucky, it's not going to play until we're done with the show today here on 98Q Country, but it is the first thing that's going to play after the weather. You have my word. I promise you. It'll be about 8:00. Well, we'll end late, so it'll be about 8:10-ish around here. I'll keep you posted. That said, Big G, tell us about the title sponsors, please.
All right. Thanks again to our title sponsors here for this year's Deer Hunters Roundup. Lena's Northern Pines Resort in Butternut and Lena's Bar and Grill up in Glidden. Travis down at Wildwoods Taxidermy Studio in Fifield. Marcus and Trent Schwab Home Furnishings, downtown Park Falls, Main Street, Ashland. Northwoods Realty, thanks to Tim and Calanu from Northwoods Realty, providing the Roblox cards and Cabela gift cards for this year's show. Thanks to Craig here from Bader Sports Center and Phillips. And thank you to Chuck and Jennifer at Essential Shooting Supplies. I just want to highlight a couple of the big prizes we got. First of all, the rifle for the youth photo contest was purchased by Nemeth Implement, one of our big buck sponsors. And it was purchased from Main Street Guns and Knives in Medford. And it's a Ruger American Compact 7mm 08. And these are for high school and younger kids to enter that contest. And then Chuck and Jennifer from Central Shooting Supplies have provided the adult rifle for the adult photo contest. And that is a Browning A-Bolt 3-stock chambered in 270. I know I'm talking Craig's language over here, so he can probably give you more details on those than I can because I'm not really a hunter. So
You're treading water, though. You read the words great.
This gun is valued over $700. And boy, relax in the nice recliner from Schwabman Home Furnishings. It is a Ashley rocker recliner, and that's valued at over $600. So some fantastic prizes here. And then, of course, Heritage Meats is doing that $375 meat bundle from Heritage Meats and Butternut. So some great prizes, and Bader Sports Center has given us a huge amount of certificates for Bader Sports Center down in Phillips. And Craig, I know you got lots of stuff in the store there. We talked about Stormy Cromer and everything. So what else you got there on your list that we should talk about?
Well, all this talking about food got me thinking that the camp chefs out there probably need to stop in and get either some High Mountain or Hunt Chef seasoning for their gourmet dinners in the camp. So we got plenty of those, meat rubs, seasonings, all kinds of neat stuff down there. Some barbecue sauce. Just spice up that camp meal every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then we put together some rifle packages for the deer hunters. A lot of kids and their parents coming in looking at guns, which I think is great. Gets kids out in the woods and enjoy this great sport. We have a Ruger American, a 7mm 08. It's got a 3x9x40 or 3 to 9x40 Vortex crossfire scope on it. It's bore sighted. It is ready to roll. We got a Savage Axis 270, a Winchester XPR, and a 243, which is another good kids caliber, or, and I'm not being sexist here, a good woman's caliber. It's not going to have a lot of recoil. Great pricing on them, so stop down and take a look. The Danner boots and shoes for the women, lacrosse women's boots, we got those on sale. We're not forgetting the ladies. I know hunting is traditionally thought of as a man's sport, but a lot of women out there doing it and doing it quite well. So ladies, stop on in. We can get you set up to stay nice and warm out in the woods.
That might be one of my favorite. It's kind of a trope in that you'll see it kind of borrowed for a lot of TV shows. The guy insults the woman who he doesn't think knows about the outdoors. And then she shows him where every buck in the county is and just how he needs to sneak up in order to, like, she shows him what's what. There's a lot of that to be had around here. I'm sure there's a lot of hubris gets answered in the Northwoods.
I've got a friend. She's probably all about 5'6", 5'7".
I'm already scared of her.
130, 140 pounds. And that woman has boated more big muskies than I think a lot of the guys around here. So
I'll tell you what, you check my family tree for some of the best fishermen. You start with the small women. That's I bet you there's a lot of chuckles at deer camp right now. It's just that great aunt who showed you how, and on nothing but old cotton braided line and a bucktail like you could get from a Meps, like a Meps number 5.
Right.
She fished better than you ever will, and we love her.
Yep, there's a lot of women out there that will put men to shame, and more power to them. Good for you.
If you haven't found them, you're just not looking hard enough,
right.
And that's on you. Anything more for us, Craig, before we dive into a couple emails here?
Nothing right now.
Well, hey, if you need more from Craig, you know where to find him. That's Bader Sports Center next to Pick and Save in Phillips, one of the title sponsors.
Yeah, I just want to mention one of our big buck sponsors, Seed and Feed and Fifield. Those nice cellular tacti cams there, over $125 value each. So some folks they're going to get some big prizes here, big prizes on Deer Hunters Roundup this year. So
oh yes, and don't tune away at 8. By the way, we will have to kill the broadcast on 2 of the 3 radio stations we're simultaneously broadcasting on, but we'll be going for a little extra here on 98Q Country and keeping it going on the YouTube stream. Just search 98Q Country on YouTube. Speaking of which, real nice 8-pointer out of the Hanson R in Tony. Hope the kids fill their tags now. That came from Scott in the YouTube comments. Jesse from Sleep Camp. Slow day in the woods, but they've got 5 deer on the pole. That absolutely 100% earns one of these. Shout out to my wife, Chelsea, says Jesse, who got it done opening day with a 13-pointer back home. Keep up the good work, fellas. You get a second applause for that one, and congrats to Chelsea. Jesse and Chelsea, the dynamic duo this year. I'm going to squeeze in a pile of emails quickly, listen for a lightning round edition of your email coming up here, and then we'll get a few more calls in before the 8 o'clock mark. Bucky will play at, well, I was going to say 8:02, but it's going to be a little late. It'll be the first song, I promise. Greg wanted to weigh in. You bros are nailing it. You are both Gregs. I'm also a Greg. I'm actually a Gray, Gray, but I appreciate it. I still feel this brotherhood that you were pointing out. Gotta tell you, you got nitro running through the veins, and I'm digging it. Love the energy. I'm at Camp Ink Spot, says Greg, the most beautiful place on earth, period. I'll tell you what, Greg, you strike me as someone who might do well in radio. Hello, WCQM and fellow hunters. Dino from Gunsmoke checking in from just west of Fifield. No bucks today. Also down to just 2 hunters until Thursday, hoping that the weather changes will get the 30-pointers moving. Good luck to all. Camp Gunsmoke signing off. Rock on. Peace out. Honestly, I normally kind of skip a lot of what's here just to bring you the good key info, but rock on. Peace out. I'm with that. Colt from Camp Chasing Tail in Hawkins. I'm a youth hunter, but trying to see a buck yet. Nothing but for one spike, but it wasn't 3 inches tall, so no go. Hopefully we'll find one soon. Thank you guys for the show, and thank you, Colt. Good luck to you. We're going to make sure you get entered to win the youth rifle donated by Nemeth Implement in
Colt
Stetsonville.
from Camp Chasing Tail, right?
Holt. That is
Colt.
Colt, C-O-L-T, like the
Yep.
Peacemaker.
Colt, yep.
From Camp Chasing Tail. Hello from Papa Taco's Cantina. Taco, Carl, and the last responder have seen some tracks and a few does. Happy hunting all. I'm just going to point out the last responder as one of the top quality nicknames that rolls through this program. It's a perfect way to jab somebody just by giving them a name. Love it. That was from earlier. I think that actually brings us current with all or most of the emails. And don't worry, if we miss your email tonight, we will make sure that it gets read out tomorrow. Let's get these last few calls in here, and we will have extras after 8 on the post-game show. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hey, this is Camp Liver Damage.
Camp Liver Damage. Hopefully you guys are
Liver
being
damage.
Wisconsinable out there. What have you guys found out on Camp Liver Damage today besides no good?
We had a little bit of luck today. We found some deer. We actually saw some elk today as well. So
wow,
yeah, it was kind of productive.
Where so we can, a lot of us can probably guess given what you spotted today, but whereabouts is your camp roughly ish?
We're near Butternut.
Okay, so spotted some elk near Butternut. We all know they're there, but frankly, I think half of us haven't seen them yet. So we've got a sighting. It's starting to feel like the elk are the Northwoods Bigfoot up here.
Not so much anymore. We were hearing them bugling during the youth hunt this year, so it was very interesting.
Okay, lame question, but is that as cool of an experience as it sounds? I've never heard an elk bugle in the wild.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It didn't sound like it does on TV, that's for sure. But we heard it a few times, and then you figured out, yeah, this is actually an elk. So,
well, I know one thing I am sure of is that if I ever do hear an elk bugle, I expect I will, but I'm pretty sure when it happens, I won't be listening through a $500 camera. If I had to guess, I think you're probably right. TV, it's a little different.
Yeah, correct.
Now, the big question of the day, Thanksgiving table. You've already finished the first plate, but you're not done. What are you filling that plate with?
Probably some pickled options because of all the vinegar. It'll help settle down the acid reflux and all that.
Now, okay, hold on. You said vinegar, so I think I know the answer, but we're basically trying to start fights here. We've been splitting up the camps of mashed potatoes and similar things. Are we doing dill pickles or bread and butter?
Dill.
Yes, okay, you can stay. We can keep you. You get the applause. I was really worried there for a second, but now I get to relax. Thank you so much for weighing in. Please check in with us again throughout the week. Do you have any shout-outs for us?
Shout out to my oldest daughter who got her first buck on opening day this year, and nice 6-pointer. So more meat for the freezer as well.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And a 6-pointer to boot. That is a great first buck. Thanks for calling the Roundup. You have a good one.
Right. How old's your daughter, and what's
yes.
her name?
Good catch.
It's Isabella, and she is going to be 23 next month.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So may not qualify for the youth hunt this time around, but any youngsters, make sure they get a call in.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, we've got time for about one more call-ish. Actually, I don't think I can. We've got to hold off for just a minute, and hold on, nobody move. It's 7:59. We're not ending the show at 8. Don't go anywhere. Jake from State Farm Camp got it done yesterday, brought in the first year of the season, a nice unideer. Son got it down. Jake from State Farm Camp. That rings a bell. I feel like I've heard of that before somewhere. I don't think I've got any more emails coming in. We're just kind of holding off because right at the 8 o'clock mark, we've got to fire off that cool little thing that tells you what station you're listening to, because that is going to be the end of our broadcast. Tuning in live, WIRI 105.5 in Nakusa and WHSM 95.5 out of Hayward. We will continue the broadcast on 98.3 FM, 98Q Country here in Park Falls, which you can listen to on the radio, but also the Civic Media app, or just go to 98QCountry.com or go to YouTube. Watch the live stream. I just pointed at it like you can see what I'm looking at. There's a live stream happening on YouTube. The 98Q Country YouTube channel was created just a few weeks ago. This is going to be one of its primary uses. And there it is. It's 8 o'clock, so let's just briefly...
Leaning into local radio. 98.3 FM WCQM, Park Falls, a Civic Media station. This is 98Q Country.
All right, and we'll get a really quick top-of-the-hour check of the weather so we don't get too far off kilter, and then I'll answer a few more phone calls before we wrap it up today on the 98Q Country Deer Hunters Roundup. What you got, Big G? I saw you. You look like you had a thought.
Well, doing all the paperwork here tonight, so hopefully you can read my writing. So thanks to all the camps that have called in here, and be sure and identify if you're a high school age or younger. We do have that great rifle from Named Implement.
Big G was
for
kind
the
enough.
youth contest. So
you're kind enough, Big G, not to say Gray's going to forget to ask if you're old enough to qualify. So I appreciate that, but do please let me know. I'm going to just fire off the top of the hour check of the weather. Stick around. We've got a couple more phone calls for you. We'll be right back in about 20 seconds ish.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy and cold tonight, a low in the low teens. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high in the upper 20s. It looks mostly cloudy for Thanksgiving Day, high in the mid-20s with a gusty breeze. A few flurries for Thursday night and Friday. We're at 18 right now.
All right, and we are officially at the start of the post-game show, overtime, whatever you want to call it. We have had to cut off broadcasting of 2 of the 3 radio stations. But see, that's kind of the thing, is now we're doing it like we've always done it. We've always been here on 98Q Country, just here. Even before Joel got here, the Roundup was happening. And while we do still have the YouTube live stream going, and that's different from before, we're now much closer to that reach that we generally have. Thank you all so much for your awesome calls, emails, texts in today, for your patience with us as we've been working the phones. I've got a couple more lights on my buttons here. That means I've got more callers waiting. I'll fit in a few more of you. We'll check in with a word from Craig from Bader Sports Center before we wrap it up for today. You're on the Roundup. Who's this? Hello? I hear a shuffling. Oh, sorry, I missed it. That's my fault. Who are we talking to?
Squish from Camp Wolfbait.
Camp Wolfbait, was it?
Wolfbait?
Yeah.
Chris from Camp Wolfbait.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for bearing with it. Sometimes our ears don't work here. That's what happens when you spend a lot of time out in the woods with a firearm, but that's the name of the game. Speaking of, how's hunting going for you this week?
Pretty good. On the first day, the first morning, I got a big spiker.
You got a big spiker?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, congratulations.
About 6 to 7 inches long.
That's absolutely awesome. Congratulations to you. And you didn't mention it, but I got to ask, was that your first deer, or have you got one before?
Well, first one with the gun.
Cool. Hey, that's just as much of a first year as any first year, if you ask me. I know some people might disagree, but I bet you had a really fun time with that one. Were you out with your parents, or who were you hunting with?
My dad.
You were hunting with Dad. Was he being nice and quiet in the stand with you, making sure the deer came in nice?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you called to let us know. We'll make sure that you're entered to win that
Can we get
youth
your name?
rifle. What is your first name again, please?
Squish.
Squid?
Squish.
Oh, Squish. We accept that too.
Squish.
There is
okay.
no wrong answer. Those are both top-notch answers. I would have loved them both. But no, we will make sure that Squish makes it into the box for the drawing of that youth rifle donated by Nemeth Implement. Before you go, though, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food there, Squish?
Cranberry sauce.
Yes, another cranberry sauce. I am going to enjoy that one myself. Like I said, I wasn't going to admit it until somebody else did first.
Salad cranberry sauce.
Always cranberry sauce. Thank you so much, Squish. Good luck to you out there.
Thanks. Mine's mashed potatoes.
And mashed potatoes. Oh, we've got a double. We've got a double answer. Who is this? Who's the second answer now?
Tammy.
Tammy or Cammy?
Tammy.
Gotcha. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll make sure we get everybody who can fairly be entered to win that youth rifle. Thank you guys so much. Please do call us back later on this week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, just a couple more calls before we wrap it up. Kind of around 8:10ish, I'm thinking. So probably 1 to 3 more calls. We'll see, depending on what you guys do to us. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hi.
Hello. Who's this?
This is Squatter.
Squatter. I had you in mind. You are part of the reason I didn't want to wrap it up right at 8. I was like, we haven't heard from Squatter tonight, and that just ain't right.
Dude, I was on hold for 18 minutes.
I appreciate you so. See, that's the funny thing too. You gave that update yesterday. I thought I'm going to hear about this. Whatever I've subjected Squatter to, I'm going to hear a report. Thank you for holding on. I appreciate you. What have you seen out there today, Squatter?
Well, some people had to go to school this week, and some of us had to drive those people to school.
Ah, so Squatter / chauffeur, perhaps.
Perhaps. And it was kind of cool. I hit a partridge this morning. I don't like to do that, but I did. But when I got to the next stop, when I put the crossing arm out, feathers flew.
Oh, you hit a partridge with the bus, huh?
So this school bus hit a grouse today. Is that what you're telling me?
10-4, right on.
That is okay. I don't think anybody's going to top that story, especially it's 8:06. The show's technically over. I think you get the victory today on that one today, Squatter. I think we're just going to give you that one now.
Sweet.
I will say that there's absolutely no prize for what I just awarded you, but you'll still be entered to win all the good stuff.
I like that you gave me the thumbs up to show up to studio. I mean, I do have a lot of fans out there right now that have been waiting to hear from me.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't doing my job until I got you out on the Deer Hunters Roundup today. I didn't think.
Right on.
Well, hey, Squatter, we've got to check in with you and your favorite Thanksgiving food. Otherwise, I'm still not doing my job.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with squash on that one.
Squash.
That's good. A little melted butter on there.
See, you can tell I've been a little argumentative tonight, Squatter, and I'll tell you what, if it weren't right up at the end of the show, we might have to talk about squash.
My wife makes a good honey sauce. Put in that
See, that's
squash.
just it.
Man,
I'm not saying I'd have to argue with Squatter. We'd have to
excellent.
discuss. We'd have to lay it out a little bit. Are we just talking about butternut? Are we talking some spaghetti? Like what's the tone of the squash?
Well, like the butternut squash with butter and brown sugar. I mean, my mom makes the
That's
best
what
squash
it is.
around.
Brown sugar, yep.
The board has decided to allow it. Squatter, thank you so much for checking in with us today.
You bet. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Thank you. Good luck out there, by the way.
All
Tell
right.
the whole camp good luck and put some meat on the ground. Thank you so much.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Right.
All right. You're our last call on the Roundup. Who is this? Oh, shoot. I think I just dropped him. If I just dropped your call, I'm so sorry. I've gone the whole show without doing that, but please give it a ring back. I appear to have unlocked new options on our phone console. Let me just try this quick. You're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hi, this is Callie from Camp Snake in the Bush.
Kai from Camp Snake in the Bush. And was that Kai or Ty?
Callie.
Callie. It was neither of those silly things I said. Thank you for clarifying. Callie, do you qualify for our youth rifle that we're giving away from Nemeth Implement?
I do qualify.
Excellent, excellent. Now that the brass tacks are out of the way, what happened in the woods today? Did you see anything that you wanted to see? Did you not see what happened?
Well, I actually wasn't in the woods today. I was at school, but Sunday night I shot a deer, and tonight we actually ate that deer, and I'm thankful I'm at home eating the deer instead of eating Uncle Joe's roast beef and his pea soup.
10 out of 10. That I have nothing to add. That was beautifully done. Well, thank you so much. I think I agree with your choice of dinner this evening, and especially in light of the options you would have had if you were at deer camp.
Yep, I agree.
We're going to make sure you get entered to win that youth rifle, and thank you so much for calling in this evening. Please check back with us throughout the week, okay?
Favorite food, Kelly, at the Thanksgiving table.
I tried to shoo you out the door. My bad. What's that favorite Thanksgiving meal?
Probably pumpkin pie or Grandma's punch that she makes to go along with the meal.
Grandma's punch. Okay, see, between that and the kugela, there's a couple recipes that I'm not going to be able to finish the day right unless I know. Oh, well, I'll just have to make my peace with it. Grandma's punch. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to take one more call. We're about to wrap up the Deer Hunters Roundup, and then I've got Bucky for you. We're broadcasting live on 98.3 FM, on YouTube under the 98Q Country page, and on the internet, 98QCountry.com. Here's our last call for the evening. Joel will be back tomorrow, but for now, you're on the Roundup. Who's this?
Hey, it's Chewy from Camp Lean-To.
Chewy from Camp Lean-To. How's it going out by Camp Lean-To today?
Hey, we got one on the pole.
All right. That's worth an applause button. What do we got hanging on the pole today, Chewy? Doe, buck, what do we see? Uh-oh. We are breaking... Oh, sorry about that. You broke up something fierce. What did you end up hanging today?
It was a spike.
A spike. Hey, those are made out of meat.
Yep.
That's for sure. The whole crew's going to be eating well.
Spade-like antler.
Oh, with
I saw one like it.
one of those kind of clubby antlers they get sometimes?
Yeah.
Now, I once heard it said, and maybe you can weigh in on this. I actually have been thinking about this. Craig, maybe you could weigh in on it too. Say a deer has a left antler that's an odd shape. Does that imply they had a wounded leg the year before?
I've never heard that.
That's what I've heard. Am I the only one? Am I making things up? Have you heard that before, Chewy?
Well, this is Sly. He handed me the phone because I shot the deer.
Ah, excellent. Well, so that's what I had heard before was basically a deer with a funky antler has that because of a leg injury, often the year before. Is that something that you've ever heard of before? Or am I just making that up?
I've heard of it. Might be an injury, but both spikes were the same shape.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it wasn't walking around on two broken legs last year, so that's my theory kind of shot, huh?
That was kind of weird.
Well, hey, it still counts, right? It's still occupying great space on the pole. It'll still freeze well, and even better.
And it took a while to get it there.
Oh, a little bit of a pulley maneuver or some extra lifting?
Yeah, well, he ran away, and I was kind of surprised. And he crossed the river, and then we got the landowner's permission, and he helped us track this deer on his property. And he came back around to the river and crossed back over the river onto my property again.
Oh, wow. At that, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of hearing the sound of yakety sax in the background, the Benny Hill theme, just a lot of saxophone music as you're chasing the deer around. But you wound up with it on the pole, and it's where it belongs now, right after all the fuss.
He crossed the river onto my property. We found him.
Wow. Well, hey, kudos to you for doing it right the whole way through. You didn't give up until you found the deer. You made sure it died humanely. You made sure you checked with the landowner. I know that when I was 12 years old, I was taught to do it exactly the way it sounds like that you did it. So kudos to you for hunting and hunting right.
Thank you.
Of course. And thank you all for checking in today. That will be actually the last call we take on the Roundup today. But we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Day 4's edition. We're streaming live on... Oh, not tomorrow. Austin hasn't... You come over here. Come over here. Austin has said like nothing all day except to let me know when I made a mistake. Austin, how are you today?
I am existing.
That's Austin Brumet, our news director here at 98Q Country. We've been on 98.3 FM WCQM. We've been on YouTube under 98Q Country's YouTube page. We've also been on 98QCountry.com and a couple other radio stations. Before we go, I just wanted to hand it to you, Big G, really quick and make sure I didn't just push you right out the door.
Hey, no problem. I'm a hard guy to push around. So.
That's true.
But
that's very
anyway,
true.
I want to thank Craig here from Bader Sports Center for joining us tonight. And Craig, any final words? I know you're probably going to get up early and go to work tomorrow again because it's a busy week for you. So.
Well, actually, I get off till noon tomorrow, but...
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that one girl that called in that got that 13-pointer, kind of backed up our story about women can do it. And
yes, absolutely. I'll tell
good
you
for
what.
her. Congratulations if she's listening.
Chelsea. That was Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea from Sleep Camp. Slow day in the woods. 5 deer on the pole. Shout out to the wife who got it done opening day with a 13-pointer back home.
Good for you.
Chelsea, I already awarded this
All
prize,
right.
but you get the gray prize of the day, Chelsea. But also that is good for an entry into winning some of the prizes we've got here. Make sure you call in if you can. 715-744-1006. That line will be open again tomorrow at 6 p.m. when Joel is back with me and Big G in the studio.
Actually, we got a guest coming in tomorrow. Sausage coming in.
And the one and only sausage. Tomorrow is
coming in
Sausage
on
Day.
Wednesday, yep.
Well, many callers and listeners and longtime listeners especially will recognize the name Sausage as a caller, but also as a studio guest last year. He'll be in studio and on camera if he lets
I don't
us.
think there's enough room for Sausage and myself to be in here, so I may be bowing out tomorrow. So
We'll have to figure that out. There will be a rotating cast of characters. Definitely Joel, almost certainly me, maybe Big G, and we'll check in with the Sausage. Thank you all the callers, all of the commenters. Thank you, Craig from Bader Sports Center. Thank you, Big G.
Thank you.
And thank you, Austin, for making this possible. I'm going to get off the radio now and play some Hey Bucky Bucky for you. Top of the hour news. We'll be actually, bottom of the hour news. Top of the hour is gone. Bottom of the hour news around 8:30. Right here, 98.3 FM, WCQM, a.k.a. 98Q
and we'll get
Country.
Joel out of the doghouse with Bucky Bucky.
98Q Country. Big G, I was saying it. I was in the middle of saying it.
All right.
Here comes
98Q
old
Country.
Bucky Bucky. You have my word.